Hello, greetings. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope you had a great week. Hey, I hope everybody had a great week. How's everyone doing? Oh, happy Sunday. Happy new month. In case I haven't shared greetings for the new month. Welcome, Abayomi. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Thank you for joining me. Matter plenty for ground. Let's just go right into the videos that I have lined up. Um, then we will continue the greetings afterwards. No time to waste. No time. There's so much to talk about. Mm.
Let's have a discussion now on President Tinubu's certificate saga as Kenneth Okonkwo of the Labour Party joins us now. It's good to have you, Mr. Okonkwo. Very good. Now, let's talk about the LP's position on the certificate saga first. And is your party joining Mr. Atiku Abubakar on his call regarding the certificate debacle on President Tinubu? If so, what do you stand to gain from it?
Well, first of all, I must have to say that it's a very sad day for Nigeria and a sad thing that the person that is sitting as their president is a certificate forger that has made a university abroad to refer to forging as a Nigerian thing. It's a shame. It is not a Nigerian thing. It is a thing of the leader, because criminal responsibility is personal. He said he is fighting for justice. That's Atiku Abubakar. And he said the certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Bola Adekunle Tinubu submitted to INEC is forged. In that, I agree with him 100%. Because what is forgery? Forgery is the act of falsely making, imitating, or altering a document or signature with an intent to defraud. Was the document certificate he presented to INEC falsely made? Yes, they have admitted that it was made by a third party, a vendor. Was it an imitation of the original? Yes, because they want to imitate the certificate made by the Chicago State University. Does it have alterations in it? Many. The signatories are altered, the signature is altered, the logo is altered, everything about the certificate is altered. So it is clearly a case of forgery. And you know what? It is terrible that the documents that he used to purportedly gain admission into the university, he claimed he got it from the government college, Lagos, and he graduated 1970. At a time, the school was not even in existence. You know what? That makes it fake. It means that he entered the university assuming, without considering he was even there, with fake, non-existent results manufactured by him. And you know, you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. That has even nullified everything about what he said about Chicago State University. 7/0
Mr.
is
Kenneth
0,
Okonkwo.
not 7.
Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo,
he said he was born in...
Well, sorry, allow me to interrupt you a bit. I'm sure you know how the Nigerian system works. We cannot be the one to decide that the certificate is forged. At the end of the day, it will have to go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will be the ultimate decider. Now, my question to you is this. Some people believe that Atiku Abubakar's call for unity between PDP, the Labour Party, and the NNPP is a bit too late. This collaboration probably would have been more fruitful pre-election and not now that the case is already at the Supreme Court. What's your take on that?
Oh, well, thank you. Like I said, it wasn't my statement that admitted that that certificate is forged. It was theirs. because they said the release of the certificate will do irreparable damage to them. The certificate has been released and it has done irreparable damage to them. So it wasn't my own admission. Recall that Robert Clark, an octogenarian of his generation, admitted that his generation are crooks, in his words. He said, we are all crooks in Nigeria. Recall that Professor Wole Soyinka said his generation is a wasted generation. So that wasted generation of crooks are the people we are facing now. And unfortunately, Atiku Abubakar, like you rightly pointed out, who belonged to that generation, is rather coming too late. He had the opportunity in 2015 to stick to his party, joining others to bring about new Nigeria. But he decided to destroy his own party in the name of zoning, that they ought to have zoned the party to the north. And so he joined other people to ensure that the party was zoned to the north, even if it means siding APC. And that was how Atiku joined others to enthrone Buhari, that has performed worse than any other leader in Nigerian history. So the history of 2023 started from 2015. In 2023, Atiku had his constitution, PDP constitution, section 73C, which says the party shall pursue the aim and objective of adhering to the policy of rotation and zoning of party and political elective offices in pursuance of the principle of equity, justice, and fairness. A man who could not allow power to shift, who wanted to succeed his fellow Fulani Northern Muslim in the interest of injustice, cannot come to tell us to follow him in the interest of justice. So the issue is that when you want to go to equity, you go to equity with clean hands. Yes, he should tell Nigerians the truth. He is fighting to know whether he can become president, not that he is fighting for justice, because it was his injustice in not allowing power to shift to the south that even brought the certificate forger to come and become the leader. So the issue here is very clear. Atiku Abubakar should know that after contesting presidency for 6 times, time has come for him to repent from being a member of a crooked, wasted generation and join the new generation in the quest for a new Nigeria, which is exemplified by Peter Gregory Obi. If Atiku had joined this force earlier now, there is no issue of APC being the president of Nigeria. So I acknowledge that he is fighting for his political life. He wants to be president. That is why he's fighting. Not that he's fighting for justice, because it is his injustice against the people of the South, against the constitution of his party, that brought about the possibility of a Tinubu in the first place. So please, he's fighting for his political life. And I will advise him to join the people that are fighting for equity, justice, and fairness, which he failed to fight in PDP in 2023, so that we can have a new Nigeria. Let him just step down and join us, so that we will win our case in Supreme Court, God willing. And the president, President Peter Obi, will be enthroned in Nigeria, a man of competence, character, and capacity.
All right, Mr. Okonkwo. So, in essence, as a group, Labour is not joining former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in his quest, for justice regarding the certificate saga. So that's what you're confirming right now.
What I'm confirming to you is that as a group, we are asking Atiku Abubakar to join us so that we can bring out a new Nigeria.
Well, Mr. Okonkwo, I mean, this is a very interesting issue. Some people in the president's inner circle are saying they believe that this issue of the certificate forgery saga is frivolous and is not enough reason for the court to overturn the president's victory as declared by INEC. Instead, they say Nigerians should focus on issues of development, on rebuilding the economy, and so on. How would you reply, to people who say such?
Is it not scandalous that we have come to a level where people are saying that when a leader is false, fake, and forged, that it is a trivial matter? So you can imagine the level of the morality quotient that we have arrived at. Well, you know, generation of vipers will give birth to scorpions and serpents. And we have to tread upon scorpions and serpents in order to move forward in this country. How can you say that a young girl called Mesoma, who passed her jam, who scored very good grades, but because she was greedy, went and got third-party agents to write her own result and produce her own certificate? How can you say what she did was not trivial? How can you punish her for that? And then you have a leader of your country doing exactly the same thing, assuming without conceding that he attended the university. Then he wrote his own certificate. The same thing this girl did. And then some people are saying it's trivial. You know why they're saying it? Because they have destroyed their conscience and morality. Whoever ever came out on TV to make such a statement, mark my words, is not fit to hold any public office in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. Evil is evil. Criminality is criminality. Forgery is forgery. And the Supreme Court, by law, not just that they have the right to accept the evidence, they have a duty to accept it and act on it. Because by law, they say in exceptional circumstance where the evidence was not available during trial, the Supreme Court or appellate court can accept the evidence. Again, Supreme Court is a policy court. Are you saying it is now a Nigerian thing to forge, laying credence to the allegation by the university abroad? Are you saying the Supreme Court will keep quiet and portray Nigeria to the whole world as a nation of forgers? The policy of Nigeria is that Section 137(1)(j) of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended is that whoever has presented forged certificate to Independent National Electoral Commission is disqualified from being president or holding any political office. So whoever that supports any such person is a conspirator to the crime after the fact. And that person also should be debarred from holding any public office in this country. So the Supreme Court, not only that they have the right by law, and they have done it before, they have a duty by law to ensure that a certificate forger does not become the president of Nigeria. Do you know? Go to India, he will be treated like a pariah. Go to United Nations Assembly. The people that even said they will meet him on sidelines, sidelined him and not meet
Mr.
him.
Okonkwo,
How do you want a leader?
Mr. Okonkwo, if I may step in, Mr. Okonkwo, it's not proven. If I may step in, please. It's not proven that the president is a certificate forger, and we will not use this platform to emphasize that. We still have to wait for the Supreme Court to get judgment on that. But let me just land, please. Yes, but that's what we're saying. We still haven't arrived at that decision yet. Let us wait for that, Mr. Okonkwo. Please let us wait for that. So if Mr. Atiku's prayer is not answered, please. If his prayers is not answered, please. What is the way forward for him politically?
Good. Let me make one point clear. Before today, before it was proved by CSU that this certificate did not originate from them, which is the condition to prove that a certificate is forged, I have never used this language in any forum or any medium. So I say only the things that have been proved. Chicago State University said, this certificate is not from us. And as a lawyer, that is what the court said you need to prove that a certificate is forged. So that's by the way. So if anybody feels that I am not in order, let the person sue me for defamation. but I'm entitled to my freedom of thought. I'm entitled to freedom to express it the way I believe in it. So that's by the way. Then secondly, the way forward is that if the Supreme Court or any other court now says that Nigeria is a nation of forgers, then they should take responsibility for giving Nigeria that name. The way forward is that it will set a bad precedent in Nigeria. So the way forward is that every Nigerian should do the right thing and ensure that the law is respected. The way forward is to uphold the express provision of Section 137(1)(j), that if you have submitted a forged certificate to INEC, you're not qualified to be president. That is the way forward. Recall that in 1999, when Bola Tinubu contested as a governor, he deposed to an affidavit, and he mentioned 4 things in that affidavit: his NYSC certificate, the primary school he purportedly attended, the secondary school he attended. He said he attended University of Chicago. All 4 of them false, including his date of birth. Fake, not in existence. Please help me and give me the vocabulary that I will use to qualify such a person, so that you would not say I'm using my own words.
Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, well, you have expressed your views, but we have to make it clear that they are your views and not the views of Arise TV. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this interview. We do appreciate your insights.
Hey, my people, they're trying to. Anyway, there was a response. Apparently, I'm sure you guys already heard this. Um, the federal government sent a warning to Arise News, saying that they should warning basically not to use certain words or disparaging words. So in response, Kenneth Okonkwo responded. Let me see if I can play that. Let me play. Where is it? Okay. Let me just play Aisha's video because Aisha talked about it.
My goodness, it's good to be a lawyer. Honestly, Kenneth Okonkwo has replied NBC. Oh my goodness, this is just so funny. He has replied NBC since he wrote a letter to Arise TV and all of that. He has enough reply for them. And so his own letter goes to this. It's an open letter, and to the DG, honestly, because the DG of the National Broadcasting Commission that wrote that letter to Arise TV. I'll be putting a link to where the video that I talked about that particular letter in the what do you call that in description section. So where they have written that letter, I myself said that the DG of the National Broadcasting Commission, Mr. Balare Shehu Ilela, really should be ashamed of himself for appending his signature to that nonsense that he calls whatever it was that he wrote to Arise TV. But anyway, here is the response from Kenneth Okonkwo. He says, open letter to Mr. Balare Shehu Ilela, DG National Broadcasting Corporation, NBC. That's why it's good to be there. I need to go to law school. I need to go to law school right now, please. I need to be serious. I need to go and get this law education. Me to let me do anyhow. I never we even need to call lawyer. I'll just send you my own letter. It says, I read the letter written by Mr. Balare Shehu Ilela, DG of NBC, and wish to state as follows. 1. I sympathize with him in this unfortunate journey intended to please his employers, but state that he would have been more wise and circumspect in going about it. 2. Maybe he's not aware that the court has decided that NBC has no power to fine or sanction any media house, intimidating or manipulating the media house is a form of sanction and is unlawful. 3. He ill-advisedly mentioned my name in his letter as making an unguarded utterance simply because I confirmed that the Chicago State University certificate, which BAT submitted to INEC, was forged, for the simple reason that the university has expressly stated that the certificate did not come from them, which is the condition necessary to prove forgery. So we cannot say Tinubu is a certificate forger. End of discussion. The university has said it did not come from them. 4. This statement is an outright infringement on my fundamental human right as enshrined in Section 38 and 39, which provide that every person shall be entitled to freedom of thought, every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinion and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. 5. These rights are superior to the NBC statute, which the DG incorrectly stated, and his mentioning my name in his letter is an attempt to rudely interfere with my divinely and constitutionally guaranteed rights, and he should desist henceforth from further mentioning my name in any letter or communication whatsoever. I remind him that by law, any infringement on the fundamental human rights of Nigeria attracts punishment of damages. 6. The Constitution also protects the right of the media in Section 22 to be free to uphold the responsibility and accountability of the government to the people. Again, the DG does not have the right to deny Arise TV their right to hold the government accountable to the people. 7. It's unfortunate that when all media houses condemned Mesoma for forging her JAMB certificate, and rightly too, without being convicted by a court simply because JAMB disowned her certificate, and rightly too. The DG didn't write to any TV station or mention the name of any guest on TV who condemned such forgery. Now that the certificate of the president, it's not even the president, honestly. For me, not my president. It's fraudulently occupying that seat. Now that the certificate of BAT, I'll put BAT, where he wrote president, I'll put BAT, is disowned by the university that purportedly issued it, the DG has suddenly found his mouth to mention the names of the people who condemned such forgery of the certificate after the university disowned it and even wrote the media house to threaten it. 8. The only unguarded utterance here is the ill-advised letter written by the DG to Arise TV, and this must stop. I did not make my name by forging my certificates. I made my name by investing the talent of acting God has deposited in me to create a new movie industry called Nollywood, which started with the movie Living in Bondage, and which pleased God to make me the first actor of the industry, which is employing millions of Nigerian youths. I have since improved to become a lawyer and advocate for a new Nigeria, which preceded this new political dispensation. 9. If your letter is an attempt at intimidating me not to say the truth, you have failed, because I have already decided to fight for a new Nigeria based on the truth, realizing that the truth is the only thing that brings genuine and permanent solution to a nation's problem. It is letters like your own that have prompted foreign entities to wrongly ascribe forgery as a Nigerian thing. Please desist from such letters. 10. Sir, I humbly take exception to your using my name disrespectfully and demand an apology from you. I will restrict myself and be as civil as possible in this writing because this is the first time you are embarking on your misadventure. I will certainly not be this civil next time if this attitude continues. Accept my best regards and thank you for your anticipated cooperation. Sincerely, Kenneth Okonkwo, ESQ, Esquire. I feel like all of us go this law school. Yeah. As I was reading it there, the way you be reprimanding a child when a child has been silly and you're talking to the child, say, don't even try it. That's why in my head I was imagine Kenneth Okoko looking at the DJ and say, don't try that nonsense again. But anyway, they're just trying to guard. They're just mad people, just trying to like you said, please their masters. And poverty is a bastard. You know when they say stomach infrastructure, you need to please because that's the thing. You need that job, so you need to please them and all sorts of nonsense. The people there, people do all sorts of things, but nah, this thing has to stop. Oh yeah, Bros Kenneth Okonkwo, well done.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software.
Perfect response. I badgooed that response. Oh my god. I saw it. I was like, oh my god, this is on point. This is how you fight. All that one of you sending, they're always sending letters to silence people. I love this. I love stuff like this. I am so happy he responded to that Balarabi, whatever his name is. Eh? These people have taken Nigeria for a joke. When Mesoma's case happened, everybody carry am for head, they hawk am like hot akara. On my own, me, I know, even though, yes, what the girl did was wrong, absolutely, I'm not supporting any forgery in whatever shape or form. But for crying out loud, they didn't even consider the fact that this is still a young child. They splashed her picture all over social media, calling her all sorts of names, totally disregarding what this could do to a child. They didn't care. They humiliated that girl and her family. Now we have the grandfather of them all sitting in an office that does not belong to him. They are now sending letter. That's when they have power. This one, we go fight am to the very end. They're not where. Whoever that NBC president is has coin in his head. He has coins. So I begin to question how these people are raising their children at home. What are they telling their children? How are they even raising them? You want to, hey God. Hey, Mr. J, welcome. Oh, longest time. How's everything with you? I hope you're good. Happy Sunday. You know? Almost. Anyway, let me share this other video with you guys. There's so much, man, that we need to do in that country. So much cleaning that needs to take place. Kai!
The Chicago State University finally released the academic records of President Bola Tinubu to his political opponent, Atiku Abubakar, in line with an order of a United States court. Atiku, the presidential candidate of the opposition People's Democratic Party in Nigeria's February 25 election, had requested the documents to back his allegation of forgery of Chicago State University's certificate against Mr. Tinubu. The allegation of forgery was one of those dismissed by Nigeria's Presidential Election Court in the suit Atiku filed to challenge the election of President Tinubu. However, a top official of the Chicago State University, Carl Westberg, says a replacement copy of the certificate that President Tinubu submitted to Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, did not emanate from the institution. Speaking under oath during the deposition of documents, the registrar specifically told the U.S. court that he was seeing the certificate copy for the very first time in the proceedings. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu's senior special assistant on media and publicity, Temitope Ajayi, insists that the certificate that President Bola Tinubu presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission was not forged. In a post on social media, Ajayi says the Chicago State University confirmed that the president didn't submit a fake result to INEC. Ajayi notes that the Chicago State University registrar affirmed under oath that Tinubu attended and graduated from the institution and that the school does not handle replacements for lost certificates. He said there was no truth in the forgery claim, adding that no person can forge a certificate he already has. Joining us now on the morning show as we dissect the various legal issues emanating from the release of President Tinubu's records by Chicago State University, is Dele Farutimi, a lawyer and human rights advocate. He will be joined by Oladotun Hassan, a lawyer, chairman, Etiosa Bar Forum, secretary, NBA Ekpe branch, and a member of the NBA National Security Agencies Relations Committee. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us in the Lagos studio. Well, I mean,
thank you for having me.
That, you know, the narrative by way of summary. Let's just start without pinpointing specific issues by asking both of you, one after the other, to just comment on this certificate saga, this involvement of U.S. District Court and Magistrate Court on the matter. Many perspectives are there, just to know where you stand in the matter. Let me start with you, Dele Farutimi.
Well, thank you very much.
Come to you later, Hassan.
Thank you very much for having me once again, and good morning, Mr. Hassan. I am of the firm opinion that it is not a Nigerian thing to forge documents. Regardless of what the CSU registrar might have to say on the subject, it is not a Nigerian thing. The CSU was unambiguous in making clear that the diploma submitted to INEC does not emanate from it. That, I think, is about the only thing of legal consequence that concerns me as far as I'm concerned. But when you now look to the broader issue of honesty, integrity, the image of the country, it doesn't look good. But I will refrain from speaking further to the issue. Regardless of what pundits might care to say about it, this does not emanate from the Labour Party or Mr. Gregory Peter Obi. This is solely an issue raised by Vice President Atiku, and it is for all of us to look beyond the politics and deal with the substance. Has this man forged a document? That answer has been answered. That question has been answered on oath, and I'll leave it at that unless I need to speak further on the subject.
Okay, Dr. Hassan, what do you think?
Well, I believe it's an eggshell rule. The fact speaks for itself from the document and from the inquiry at the CSU. And I beg to disagree in all terms that Asiwaju actually graduated from the Chicago State University in contravention and against former Vice President Atiku, the self-destructive voyage of shame, in view of the fact that, yes, it's crystal clear that Asiwaju presented a genuine certificate and graduated from the university. And we must not be too overzealous to condemn or just name the dog a bad name on the premise of political affiliation to either Labour Party, which I know my brother and friend, Mr. Dele Farutimi, might be on that same page, while looking at their effect is.
What if you can actually make an additional 5 to 6 figures per month by lending other people's?
Did Asiwaju graduated? Yes, he graduated from university with honors. How then do you now prove a case that is prima facie evidence that you lay before the school? And their process, American laws and system of education is different from Nigeria. We cannot holistically view for the fact that the privileged document which Atiku sought for was released and granted, and that on its own ended the whole inquiry. Every other thing is just a voyage of an headless chicken, which will not bring home any other thing than the crudity, the hatred, and political gymnastics just to create and to encourage a media mob attack on the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I believe, as the president of Yoruba Council Worldwide, Asiwaju is an Omoluabi par excellence. So except there are other things I want to hear on this table. But as far as I believe, we run an acquisitorial system of government, legal system. You cannot, without proper investigation and lay before the court of competent jurisdiction, without prejudicing the Supreme Court, which I definitely know is going to end up in the same way, because no substance. The candidate had 21 days to file all their petitions, and all this chase of evidence, aftermath of their to substantiate their cases, just fruitless. So I believe strongly that when they had the 14 days opening to present any query from INEC, no one raised all this. So it is just the same Inunubini Okaimawawu syndrome. That is, no matter how you might really look to satisfy human or mankind, they will definitely still want to bring down that hatred syndrome to the four heights of the world, which is really unfortunate.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hassan. I'll come to you, Mr. Farutimi, for this question, and then I have a question for Mr. Hassan. For Mr. Farutimi, I don't know if you've read the details of the deposition. I know I'm not sure if the certified true copy is out, but there have been copies of what transpired. A raw copy has been released. And one of the things Mr. Caleb Westberg had said on that oath was that even though he did attest to the fact that President Tinubu graduated from CSU, the certificate presented was not issued by CSU. I'd like you to speak on that and the implications, potential implications of that. And the second aspect is to respond to a comment made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Toga, in an interview yesterday, where he said, this matter is trivial. It's a trivial matter, and we should, I want to take his, he said, the issues surrounding the president's academic qualifications are frivolous. The administration cannot waste its time on trivial matters. Do you agree with him? Are they frivolous, and are these trivial matters that ought to be ignored? And then for Mr. Hassan, because you mentioned the fact that as president of Yoruba Council, he's an Omoluabi, in the event that it is proven or there are evidences to prove that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu forged the certificate, as an Omoluabi, would you suggest, in the event that it is true, that he resigns?
Well,
let Mr. Farutimi respond.
Well, first thing first, it was correct to decree the forgery by Mr. Tinubu as frivolous. When you consider all the other things that are confronting Nigeria, it is particularly trivial to contemplate that the president, quote and unquote, of the country, of the most populous black country in the world, actually forged his certificate. Now, to move beyond that, because it is very easy to try to run away from the trivialities that the Tinubu administration has more or less forced on us. But if you dig deeper in the body of the same deposition, you begin to address the fact again that there are so many lies undergirding even the forged certificate itself, too many questions waiting to be answered. People might begin to talk about how evidence does not count again at this point. But again, it's not like evidence has ever mattered in our space, because even the judiciary have found ways to make what matters not matter any longer. But there is something that I must respond to, even though it wasn't asked of me directly. And this is this idea that somebody is an Omoluabi simply because the person is a Yoruba person. An Omoluabi comes with qualification. It comes with qualification of integrity, of honesty, of pedigree, of history. That is why we have Oriki in Yoruba land. A person would be praised to his progeny. You will speak to his generations. You will talk about who are his forefathers. That is the mark of the Omoluabi. And then the person must earn the tag of the Omoluabi. He must act with integrity. He must deal equitably with other people. He must be fair in his dealings with people. In fact, the entire ethos of Omoluabi, you can find it in the book of Amos in the Bible. That is how deep the concept is. To now appropriate Omoluabi to everybody who answers the name of a Yoruba person, even when the person has not acted in a manner that is suggestive of the person having the quality that will make the person answer to the name of Omoluabi. I reject that in its entirety. I am an Omoluabi. I'm a Yoruba man. And I have not forged my certificates. And so please, It is not a Nigerian thing, and it is certainly not a Yoruba thing, and it is not an Omoluabi thing to do that.
All right. The question then goes to Mr. Hassan. In the event, of course, it's not proven. Until the matter is concluded, we cannot make assumptions. But in the event, because we hear in other parts of the world when a public officer is seen, he wouldn't even wait for a ruling by the courts, or honorable thing is to resign. What do you think?
Well, from the content, I still want to inform that except it's explicitly spelled out by CSU is an institution. It's not just like the way we mobbed our institution here in Nigeria by campaign of calumny or by attacks. But as an institution, but the fact that they reckoned with Ashwaju as a graduate, I still maintain that ground. Nothing can outweigh that, because that was just a fact. There are other lies Atiku brought before the whole world. If you are telling too many lies, it will be quite unfortunate. I'm coming. Just as he never answered your question, because you asked him a very straightforward question and he deviated and went on a voyage on his own self-interest. But for me, Ashwaju, just like our organization, recently, we hold the symbolism of Omoluabi. There are a lot of characters that hold that value: hard work, vision, courage, integrity. These are semblance that we hold in high esteem. Until it's proven otherwise, we will take the right decision to rethink and review our decision. But as at now, and that is the system of Yoruba people. Recently, we just took a decision on another statement for just violating a moral decadence of the Yoruba people, because he violated, for Obasanjo to apologize. We sanctioned him. It doesn't matter whose us is God. But for the fact that social justice must be maintained, rule of law must be maintained, you cannot come on a live program imputing. You don't impute. You even raise it as an allegation until it's proven. He's a lawyer, and I'm also a lawyer. You don't come to impute a crime that have not yet been investigated and properly alleged. For the fact that the school had just come out. So this is one of our person. We had all the qualification. The earlier issue was that he was parading a female, he was parading this, he was parading every other. But yet, at various points in time, the hatred, some of these are people, for the fact that we're all Yoruba doesn't mean we must love our own. I'm not a sentimental and ethnic person. I'm the Secretary General of all ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. I hold the Igbo in high esteem, the Hausas in high esteem. So it's not about a Yoruba thing. We are talking about national interest.
Absolutely. So to the question.
And if he does, I've already answered your question.
I asked that in the event,
yes,
and it could be anybody. So maybe
yes,
because of the personality, in the event that it's proven,
yeah,
would you suggest or recommend that the person in question should resign?
No, if he's proven guilty, the Senate needs to impeach him. It doesn't need to still hold on a day more, because that is the law. No, when we are talking about law, we tend to be more emotional in this part of the world. If you are not reading in between the lines, the more that we are hypnotized and overzealous about political intrigues that battled us in the 2023 general elections. We all know how we had till now. If you go on social media, there are a lot of issues there.
Yes.
But in view of the fact that Asiwaju today is still an Omoluabi par excellence, except Mr. Dele Farotimi has personal hatred and issue. If you don't have any, you don't begin to chastise a man for just the fact that he's a former governor of Lagos State. Everybody has their own interest. But for the fact that you've aided a political, you aided your own political candidate. Let's give him a breathing space to serve the people. Which has started well.
Let's deal with facts. Not
yes,
sentiments.
Definitely.
Not sentiments. I want to deal with facts. So, have you taken our time to read the raw copy? Over 200 pages of deposition, because I want to interrogate the raw copy.
Definitely.
Have you read everything?
Yes, I've read everything.
You've read everything. Are you sure?
Definitely.
Okay, good. So let me take you first to the part where the school talked about the fact that they didn't give the certificate that he submitted to INEC. You're a lawyer by training. There's something called the Evidence Act. Before you put forward a document that can be submitted under oath, it has to be issued by the authority issuing body. Yes. Mr. Tinubu submitted a document that in this deposition, CSU said they did not issue. Number one, what's that your interpretation of that? Secondly, if you submit a document, you claimed an authority issued and the authority claimed they didn't issue it. What's your interpretation of that? Secondly, Mr. Faratimi, I want to go straight to the facts. They talked about the case of Mr. Orr in the deposition, and I'm sure have you read the deposition fully?
I won't lie to you that I have. Unlike Mr. Azan, I haven't read everything.
Okay. They talk about a certain Mr. Orr that after they dealt with the certification process that left CSU, and they didn't know the circumstance at which they left CSU. They also confirmed that they gave Mr. Enarueba documents, because some people have been lying that Mr. Enarueba didn't subpoena CSU. They confirmed that they gave him documents. They even further revealed that the normal template that the president graduated from CSU was written many years ago, and they just used it to respond to email of people that make inquiries. They also further talked about the fact that they have no authentication as regards to Southwestern College. So the CSU themselves confirmed that they don't have any means to be able to authenticate if the records any students submitted to them is valid or not. Because I've read in details this, so that's why I'm asking you if you've read properly, because I want to deal with facts. So these are some of the facts on ground. Number one, I'd like to ask you, if as a lawyer, an issuing body that you claim gave you a document said they did not give it to you, and you submitted that document on that oath, what does that mean?
In the circumstance of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stricto sensu, there was a missing, he requested for a reissuance of a certificate. And this is the diploma certificate we are talking about. And there are procedures in American system of education whereby documents, not all documents, especially certificates, they outsource printing of certificates in their own system. Their system is not like the way we run our own educational system, primary, secondary. So far, you have all the prerequisites. And from their own records, it's just like their records standing against them now. You cannot appropriate and reprobate. The finality, which I'm still telling you, is the fact that from the article's point of view, they need to still subject that to a thorough investigation. And that is where I want to maintain.
Sorry, can I come in? Can I come in? It's obvious, sir. No. You didn't read the document. Hang on a minute. Because it's obvious you didn't read the document.
No. You have just asked me a question.
No, let me finish.
That's the same way.
Let me finish.
You always preempt
Let me finish. Let me
the person who's answering.
My brother, we come a long way. Are you emotional blackmail?
No, I don't.
You are chief of blackmail.
No, you have come.
So let me please.
Can you retrieve that?
Let me speak. Your emotional blackmail cannot work that statement. Secondly, you have not read the document.
I will not continue to answer your question.
You have not read the document because if you have read the document,
stop to answer your question.
If you have read the document,
Mr. Rufai,
if you have
please go back and retrieve that statement, or else let me answer.
I will not retrieve the statement because
let me now go to
emotionally
if any other person answers.
So moving on.
No.
Okay,
please direct your question somewhere.
Let me make my points. If you have read the document, it shows that CSU actually sent another document that was made for Tinubu to Enarueba. And there was discrepancy. That's why CSU said they did not print out that document that particularly was sent to INEC. Mr. What's it called? I would like to come to you. Mr. Faratimi. Please, can you comment on all the facts I have brought out?
See, facts don't matter in Nigeria any longer. That's just the truth. It's gotten to the point where alternative facts have taken over the space and truth itself have become completely subjective and transactional. The depositions are clear and they are not ambiguous. The person representing CSU was unequivocal in declaring that the certificate submitted to INEC by the man known as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not emanate from them. That is a matter that should be conclusively dealt with and forgotten about. Whether the Nigerian courts will find that a sufficient basis to do the needful, that's another argument that we can have at another time. But that we're still arguing about what has been conclusively proven in the deposition speaks a lot to the kind of country that we have become. Now, when you now speak about a missing document, the person went to school, we now begin to dig to the substance of the issue. You now begin to have to answer the question. The document submitted to CSU itself showing that it was a female that had the qualification to enter the place, nobody is talking about that. If we are not going to be dealing with the substance and we are just dancing around the issue, we can't even agree on what is not or what should not be argued about that is already clear in the face of the deposition, that this document to Mark A that was given to INEC by Mr. Tinubu did not emanate from the body that was purportedly issuing the document. The body came out clearly. Now, whether Mr. Tinubu attended the university, whether he attended having the right qualifications, whether he lied about the schools he attended, whether Government College Lagos was found in 1970 or 1974, that's another story entirely. And the deeper you dig into this, the messier it becomes. And I actually think that we have a duty not to allow truth to become transactional and subjective. Facts on the ground are clear. The certificate submitted by Mr. Tinubu is a forgery. That is not my opinion. That is what the registrar of the school has declared on oath. So what our own courts would do with it is what they are prepping for with all these alternative narratives and facts that they are spewing. Oh, so I have a driver's license, but I forgot my driver's license and I have now forged one so that I might prove that I actually had one issued to me. It's still a forgery.
Okay, two quick comments, and then I'll raise a question. One, a lot of emotions have been invested in this, and depending on where people stand, they bring their emotions forward. But public opinion, as you have pointed out, is useful. However, only yesterday, the CJN, Justice Ariwola, was saying that, look, the new Federal High Court judges are not governed by public opinion. They are governed by the law. That is the main thing that lawyers are concerned with. And it was quoting, well, it wasn't quoting, it was more or less echoing Nikitobi DSC in Atiku Abubakar versus Musa Yaradua, where he said, look, lawyers, you know, they are not interested in public opinion. They are interested in what is provided before them. So we all should be guided, you know, in that regard. Incidentally, both of you are lawyers, but we are journalists. We are interested in public opinion. That's why we invited you. So there's a difference between journalism and law. However, my point is this, to both of you, and I don't know who will go first. There is a story in the papers today saying, oh, the Atiku camp is going to provide evidence to show that, look, there was forgery. And to that point about forgery, Westbeck did not use the word forgery. What he said is that their university doesn't reissue certificates. What they issue is transcript, and that certificates are issued by vendors. That's what he said in that deposition. The one that I read, the raw copy. We will still get, as at 6 p.m., the certified true copy was not available yesterday. So that's for clarification. But the court of people saying they are going to take evidence to the Supreme Court, I ask both of you, is the Supreme Court a court of evidence or a court of public policy? Can anybody still take fresh evidence to the Supreme Court after evidence had been pleaded in the lower court and after the defense had filed their own address and defense? So can the Supreme Court now take a fresh matter as evidence? Because we've been talking back and forth on that. Maybe Dele Farotimi will handle that. And for you, the specific question I want you to ask is that, you know what is causing all this problem?
Yes.
Is that people are saying the energy that the APC and President Tinubu, that they are putting into, they don't want this record to be released. if some people are saying it's because maybe there's something they are trying to hide. Now, otherwise, if there is no issue, you just say, okay, release the record now. What are they going to do with it? So what is all this thing about severe and irreparable damage? What damage?
Well, let me.
So maybe your lawyers are the ones who missed the boat.
No, let me speak as a lawyer first. Yeah. This is an election petition matter. And within 21 days, you are meant to present all your facts and figures. You cannot re-amend after 21 days. You have 180 days to present. And so far that you fail to plan up an issue, you cannot begin to blame everyone for your failure. That is what is happening to Atiku and Peter Obi now. And I will now come back to the effect that how we arrive at where we are is because we are not being truthful to ourselves. And just as you mentioned, you are a journalist. But your colleague here is very highly unprofessional.
No, please.
No, I'm coming.
Just address
I'm coming. I'm not emotionally blackmailing anybody. You are asking a question.
Blackmailer, continue.
You are asking a question.
Blackmailer,
on the premise of neutrality. You don't bring up your emotions into it. I've just provided you an answer.
Professional blackmailer.
Yeah, it's in records. This is an institution. You can write further requests to reaffirm forgery. But they have a process in America. The vendor, there is a vendor, you go to that vendor to reassert if that document actually, that vendor had the authority. By whose authority was the vendor acting? Was there an authorized legal authority to those vendors? Meaning there was a vendor. Meaning there is a truth here. And in evidence. For the fact that these are privileged documents. In America, we don't run things like we are. For the fact that we have FOI in Nigeria, you just apply, you get your document. But in America, you sought the consent of the owner of that document for release. If he doesn't still give you his own document, no matter how, except he gives you...
Even here in Nigeria, you can't ask for my transcript.
Yeah.
You cannot go to universities.
Except there are substantial reason, criminal reason. And here we are not investigating either Ashwaju did not go to. They approved their allegation, all of them, including Dele Farutimi, is that, oh, this man never went to the school, he was parading, never to have graduated. Now you are seeing it, Mr. Rufai. I'm not putting it to you, just the way, it's not left to you.
No, you are the guest. You are the guest.
No, let me put it to me.
No, please. You are the guest. Just address it
to me.
No,
please. I'm not too emotional.
No, please.
Fact might be very hard for all of us that Ashwaju is the president of this country. Let us accept that as a fact. Is there. Definitely the political interest can be on your side tomorrow. I, as a person, I believed in various of my interests. I work on the truth. And if I'm continuing to maintain my stand on some issues, but the fact that other people have their own candidate and all that, we maintain our endorsement of Ashwaju because we went through his record. This matter started with Fawemi. There was a matter of the ICPC. There are a lot of matters Ashwaju that have been determined by the court. And you cannot retroactivate an issue that has been determined by a law court. This man is a graduate. Going into looking out for every pulse on the body of a dead man, you are just disturbing yourself. So these are not issues we just have to trivialize. These are privileged documents. He said, oh, maybe don't show my records to this extent. The school showed his gender by addressing him as Mr. Ashwaju. What could have been? Those are comprehensive. Just a primary six older will understand. Mr. That is not a female. You don't go deeper just because you just want to call a dog a bad name and looking for every evidence around. That is deeply retrogressing and unfortunate. And to me, just as I still retreat, I'm not an emotional blackmailer. I'm only here to speak the truth. If Rufai loves it or not, we'll come back here to readdress other national issues. But as far as I believe, on his question, the document emanated from a vendor. Have you on your own emailed the vendor's institution? Did this document? The school just only provided on hold. If I say yes or no, that is the end. And they don't claim that it's one document.
I get your point.
And Ashwaju is not a forger. Please, I'm reiterating. Ashwaju is not a forger. He's a man of utmost integrity. He's a man that we found to be manly enough to manage the affairs of the country at this critical time. And he's doing the job. That's the only support. What I expect at this time is for us to create a constructive criticism. Let there be a shadow cabinet of opposition to know if it's really meeting up with the target. So for me, I'm not here to further more on these trivialities. Definitely, everybody's look at the way we are addressing each other over an issue that has been determined outside the country. They went all to shop for lies and they still came back with nothing.
Okay. Daily Faro to me. Can the Supreme Court take fresh evidence? Are there compelling, exceptional circumstances that would, dictate that? Do you think that forgery can be established at this stage, considering the fact that there are decided cases on forgery? The most celebrated one being the Eremenye case in Bayelsa.
Dr. Abati, when your legislators are corrupt, you should be worried. If your executive peopled by crooks, you should be afraid. But when the judiciary stops being court of law, the people should be alarmed. Nigerian courts over the past few years have shown very clearly that we have good reasons to be worried about the capacity to deliver justice or to give equity. However, I do know that within the inherent jurisdiction of that court, it has the powers, if it so desires and if it finds the will, to hear evidence that will suggest that the person who is sat in the highest office of the land is a career criminal. That is entirely up to the Supreme Court. It is up to the court to decide whether it is capable of saving what we have described variously as a democracy. What I have said is very simple. No, I'm sorry, Dr. Abati. I am sorry, Dr. Abati. Please rein in Mr. Azan. Rein him in. Rein him in. Rein him in. He had his say and I did not interrupt him.
You had your time.
He had his say and I did not interrupt him. Please rein him in. What I said is very clear. What I said is very clear.
Don't interrupt him. Please wait.
You are very biased.
Okay.
In your own opinion.
Okay, please.
As an unbiased arbiter, you are a judge.
Keep
The judge don't descend into arena. You just take over the show. To me, on that, I believe that we just have to go on issues. Let us talk about law.
Please, I beg you.
It's the law that we are talking about. It's the lawyer. Addressing the judiciary. This is the issue the judges address there.
Okay,
we lawyers cannot continue
to
desecrate the
judiciary. Allow him.
The judiciary are there to be there as unbiased arbiter. If you love to be part of the articulate media lawyers, go and join them.
We are not in a
go and
position.
justify before the court. You don't come to the media and presume judgment. And I won't accept it. I won't accept it. You've taken over the show. No, we are here to
inform the public.
Not you, but the public.
Hold on. We are not in a position to charge you for contempt. But this is becoming contemptuous.
My words are not ambiguous. I was speaking with you specifically, Dr. Abati, over a year ago. I was away in America when you asked me specifically about the appointment of the current CJ, and he was appointed in an acting capacity at the time. And my opinion are on paper. They are clear, they are not ambiguous. I have zero trust in the capacity of the CJN to deliver justice. That is not political. That is something I had said long before there was a Peter Obi. So there is nothing political about that. There is nothing personal about that. This is all about Nigeria. It is about the country we want to leave behind for posterity, for our children. What values are we building that country with? Is it a country where nothing matters any longer once the person can snatch it, grab it? If you speak against that, you must hate the person. Is that the kind of country we have become? It is up to the judiciary to decide whether he wishes to do justice or whether he wants to continue wearing blinkers and pretending that it is a court of law when justice is vacant completely in his court. This is not about legalese. It is about building a society based on morality, equity, justice, and even law. If we are now faced with a situation where in our courts, the law does not matter anymore. You have a Lawan in the Senate, even you have an Akpabio, and then you are asking me if I have confidence in the capacity of that judiciary to do justice. I am telling you straight up, no. If anybody does not like that, it is up to them. The point I'm raising is when you have this much imputation of criminality, whether it is proven or not is another ball game entirely. It is not even seemly. Already all over the world, our reputations are in tatters simply because of the person who sits in the highest office in our land. And then we are being told it is wrong to ask questions. We must hate him if we're asking questions. I hate nobody. I hate their deeds.
All right. Okay, I mean, very heavy things you said here. And as you've mentioned, it's just important to clarify that they're your personal opinion in your personal capacity in terms of your evaluation of the judiciary and the capacity of the CJN to deliver equity and justice.
Yes.
Purely personal. So
purely
that's your
personal.
view. All right.
And the evidences are in the public space.
All right. To establish that, I'd like to then to reply to that, Mr. Hassan. What's your assessment of the judiciary? And again, just responding to Dr. Abati's question around evidence being admitted to the Supreme Court at this level, from a lawyer's perspective yourself. What's your take on this?
Well, admission of evidence are allowed at every stages of every matter, but you cannot bring in fresh matter. That is the case here. On the effect of article is a dead on arrival case have been issued, and that of Peter Obi. And let me now go into the other question of how best do we rate our judiciary. It's quite unfortunate in this part of the world. When you go to court and you win a case, you go to church and run your Thanksgiving. But the day you lose the case, then you begin to cast aspersion. Our judiciary, which I'm also part of, if you cast aspersion, definitely you are part of that process. But I still want to reiterate, as far as the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is concerned, the judges are unbiased. And for every lawyer, the jurisprudential judgment of that ruling is a book for another day for lawyers to learn, even for lawyers to know how to prepare election petition matters. You don't just presume the fact that you hate the face of the judges or you tag them on all the social media, definitely because they now deliver judgment against you, definitely they are bad. No, we still, Mr. Abati have admitted, everybody know, our judges are there. You don't preempt them. And that's why I wouldn't want to prejudice the Supreme Court. But I know Atiku and Obi are just on their self-melancholic voyage to just satisfy their followers, the mob attacks. And that's what we are witnessing. Everywhere you go, you see them. But for me, the judiciary is full of integrity, and I believe, and I still reiterate, however the Supreme Court rules, I'm not preempting that they must rule in favor of Asiwaju. If the Supreme Court rules tomorrow, Asiwaju needs to take his leave and obey the rule of law. He has nothing. And I know the man I know, while he was a former governor of Lagos State, he went through the court. He's a man of court. Okay. You might hate him for his gut, but he's a man of due process, and he's very calculative in ensuring to get his ass together, not a man that does things hurriedly just to get fire brigade solution.
So a couple of questions. My very dear friend,
my good friend,
Mr. Hassan.
We have let the whole world know that we've resolved behind the camera.
I've got nothing against
let's now go.
But the truth is, I'm a man of fact, and I state things. Here. And you know, when you are interrogating based on fact and people call you unprofessional, it's a compliment actually, because you're doing your work. So thank you for complimenting me. Let me go straight to it. So this was the fact I was interrogating you.
Okay.
And I'm just a person of facts, and I want the facts to come out. Okay. I get your point that a third party, can print a document and everything. But that's why I specifically asked you that did you read the deposition in its entirety? Because in the deposition in its entirety, there were a lot of discrepancies. When Nahoro Eba subpoenaed the school, they gave him one certificate, which was different from what President Tinubu submitted.
Okay.
So the one certificate that they gave Nahoro Eba was different.
Yes.
And that's the bone of contention. And that's why I kept on telling you that. That's why I kept on telling you that. No, hang on a minute. That's why I kept on telling you that. You might not have had the full facts. So it's not that I have anything against you. I've got nothing against you. I don't have the capacity to. Hang on a minute. You won't let me finish. So that was the variation in the document. Okay. And that's why I asked you hitherto that if an issuing body does not authenticate something that was claimed to have been issued by an issuing body, then what is the case? Let me even stretch your argument and make your argument for you, because I love arguments. So if you say that a third party issued it, was there an authentication by the school recognizing the fact that the third party issued in its position? Was that supposed to be submitted to INEC part of the oath? Secondly, the Southwestern College documents. The school themselves came out to say that they have no verification mechanism on these documents students submit to get into their own school. Which is suspect, because when dismollen, and the school will accept it without verifying it, which is also an albatross on the school itself. They also talked about, and these were the things that are in the documents, they also talk about the case of Mr. Orr that left the school after there was a certification that was initially delivered to Mr. Wole Afolabi, which is cancelled. Okay, so these are the issues. Let me also set a timeline for Mr. Forgery. Mr. Forgery, there's this big bone of contention, and this is the argument some people are making, that all that matters is the fact that the school, and in the deposition when Mr. Henderson was interviewing the witness, the school said, yes, the candidate graduated. So people are making the argument that, is that not enough? Once they said graduated, but they said they cannot authenticate the documents. Because that has been a bone of contention, and I want you to be able to clarify first. Answer the question, yeah.
Well, let me draw you to our own local system. Yeah, I attended LASU. So many years back, there was a printed certificate with touch-up picture on it. But now you go to... What year was that? That's 2010, 2011. Oh, okay. But I knew when... but I'm aware when you are in English. But I'm coming. I knew Dr. Bat very well as a lecturer. But at the same time, these are facts that are laid before all of us. And facts don't lie. It's just from the angle that you want to pick it up as an African man mentality that, the king does no wrong, or let me just make sure that this man must be nailed, either is saint or not. What you asked is the fact that by whose authority? That's what we call it in law. Who's the authority? Who authorized the issuance? Was there a further request? It would be an omission on the part of the institution to have put up a maybe vaguely decision not extracted, or maybe too assertive. But in their report, if I just say, okay, this document is not from me, that doesn't mean that my the agent who had the authority ab initio is not authorized to issue the document on my behalf. It's only for you to go through that agent to reaffirm. And what Ashwaju is having today, which I want you to write, do your own.
The school had another. See,
Dave,
that's what I'm asking. Did you? That's what the school had another certificate they issued to Enauro Eba.
No, that's what I'm saying. That they even admitted that they have different characters that they use in issuing their certificate. So the people that did. Okay, now I have three vendors now. Do you expect every vendor, somebody in one trade, to maintain the same logo and design? Whereby every trade has their own logos, has their own trademarks. If I'm using my own trademark to issue maybe I'm using italic sign.
But Mr. Big's logo is uniform everywhere.
No, you are having the African mentality of Nigeria. I'm talking about America here. No.
But Mr. Big's logo is the same everywhere.
We are talking about a third party who has the authorized right.
Yeah, but the logo, but there's a that third party. Stay on course.
Go to that
this program. No more interruptions today, please. Let's stay on course.
Definitely.
Make your point.
Okay, so the fact I'm asking you.
There is no,
the fact I'm asking you is this. That's why I said, please, it's best you read it, because it's obvious you've not read it. And this is not to impugn on anything you said. No. See, the school in that deposition said they have another one that they gave Enahoro Eba. But the one Tinubu gave was different. They don't know how it came about. So the school can actually have a replacement and reissue. It was that one they gave Enahoro Eba. It's there in the document.
The same school that gave Enahoro Eba still has authorized agent that is still
so why
his right to.
So why
you listen,
so why didn't they give Tinubu and they gave Enahoro Eba?
That's the choice of Ashwaju.
Why? No, I'm just asking, please, just a clear question. Why didn't they give Tinubu, but they could give Enahoro Eba? Pure and simple.
Tinubu only went to the third party to request.
Okay,
that's
Mr.
right.
Mr.
That's right. That is under his own right.
Mr. Lefartimi, I'm sure you want to answer the questions here.
I assure you that Mr. Azar is a very intelligent man. But when you find a very intelligent man struggling with something as basic as this, you will know that something else is there. So let me just say this. The candidate graduated. That was what the school said. But the school also said very clearly and unambiguously that he knew nothing about the document termed a certificate held by Mr. Tinubu. The only document purporting to be a certificate submitted to INEC by Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the declaration of the body that was meant to have issued it is fake, is a forgery. All these arguments that we are having is because, one, the Nigerian press, I'm sorry, Rufai, I'm sorry, Ayo and Doc, we sometimes deliberately ignore the truth that is in front of us and we go on fishing expeditions. The document from Southwestern College shows a social security number that goes back to a female. There are so many lies on getting these things that we are not asking questions related to that because it's already sufficient to focus on the fact that the document submitted is fake. Is that simple? Whether Mr. Enauru or Mr. whoever, the fact is on record.
But Mr. Farage, the school said he graduated.
The school said he graduated. I'm not arguing that with you. Why? That is already on record. It's not something to be argued about. But the school also said the certificate the man submitted is a forgery. That is what the school said. What did they say it is?
No, the school did not say it's a forgery.
What did they say it is?
All the school said is that it is not what they gave, that they don't know about.
Exactly. So if the issuing authority says that this is not from me, why are we afraid to call you what it is? It's a forgery.
Okay, Farid, let me come back to you. Number one, I think this program, we disassociate ourselves with the use of the word career criminal. Because that's libelous per se. It's defamatory.
I hope that I will be sued for libel.
No, just wait. No, please.
Allow me. You're taking the show away from me.
I'm sorry.
No, please. That's So
that is my summation of the facts as I see them, and anyone who is displeased with them is free to issue writs.
Second, on the issue of these election matters, look, it's also not fair to malign the reputation of the CJN. You may say you have said it before, you are repeating it again, that under this CJN, you don't expect the courts to do well. Look, that's second point. So again, it's not our statement. It is my statement, yes, and I stand by it. You may have made it on our platform. I've made it, and I say it, and I stand by it, and I have evidence of what I said. Well, maybe the CGN himself may take up the matter with you. Okay. Then the third point is that when I raise the question whether evidence can be provided piecemeal, I thought both of you as lawyers are going to address that because that's one issue that has been coming up. Okay, maybe in criminal matters, if that evidence was not available initially, was not in existence, and is material to the delivery of justice. But this is at best a civil matter, right? So that was why I was asking, can the Supreme Court take fresh evidence in this kind of situation? And in any case, both of you must also know that electoral jurisprudence is different from the regular process in court. So I wanted both of you to.
I really don't have any interest in what Ruben Abati has to say. I don't. I have zero interest in what he has to say. Okay. What beat me, I wouldn't say it beats me though. It's in our faces, right? Is the fact that people that claim to have gone to school, educated, I'm sure most of you have noticed, anytime they come in defense of Agbado, they become imbeciles. Look at this guy stammering over his word, almost about to throw punches the Agbero way. something that is so obvious to everyone all over the world. You are here denying it. You are intentionally telling us that the white we are saying no is black. You are wanting to change it intentionally, like, no, it is black. I say it is black. It doesn't, to me, I'm like, this is why I've been laughing, because it's funny to me. These people come on national TV stations and turn them, and they become imbeciles as they're talking, coming to defend this indefensible acts and criminal offenses or civil offenses, whatever it is classified as. And thank you very much, Gravitas. If I were a lawyer or a journalist in Nigeria, I will hide myself in shame. I will never tell anyone that I'm a lawyer. Never. Nobody will know what I'm doing, because they have brought those careers to disrepute. The only person that is standing out is Rufai. That boggles my mind. Rufai is the only person standing for the truth, speaking for the truth. Do you know how difficult, how tiring it is to be the lone voice? I don't know how he does it. Sometimes I don't know how he does it, because he's surrounded by wolves. That man almost came to punches with him just for asking for clarification and trying to get the truth. Look at how much pushback is getting. On top of that, they slam them with warning, because everybody has been bought. If the system crashes like it is already crashed right now, it will affect everyone. They will be the first partakers of it. That is what they don't understand. They think it's by running overseas and living the lavish life and, trying to compare yourself with people. It doesn't work like that. The name will follow you forever. How can you have a forger in chief in Aso Rock? Make it make sense. They almost sacrificed Mesoma. How can you sacrifice Mesoma with the same mouth? You are saying what is black in this case is white. You are trying to white. How do you whitewash it? How many people you feel beat? How many people? Abati, I don't even bother with Abati, because Abati, as far as I'm concerned, Abati is just a, when person don't chop belle for gluten. Everything about him is glutinous. Everything about Abati is glutinous. I'm telling you, from his looks and everything, he cannot speak truth to power. He's always looking for ways, and then when he wants to defend and he sees that he's been, somebody has gotten him and he's trying to call him out, he turns it into comedy. That's what he does. That's how he wiggles his way out of embarrassing situations. We are almost in Nigeria, we are in big problem. All those other issues that come with, being in Nigeria and all of that, they are small issues. Oh, this one is the main one. Do you know now, as a Nigerian, it has become 100 times more difficult for you now as a Nigerian, just by this man's singular act. If he was another human being, normal person, they will step down quietly in the night and disappear. This one is staying there, and he has people that are defending him. God forbid. If I was from where that man, I go say, abeg, they'll go dey beg and dey lie down for am. Abeg, please step down for the good, for the greater good, abeg. Now, beg, they're supposed to dey beg that man to whatever they need to do. It does not look good. We still dey wait for FBI record. Oh, FBI never send their own record. We still dey wait for that one. FBI go bring their record. Only God knows what is contained in those records. We never even see them yet. And it's about 2,500 pages. So brace yourselves. There is more. I was listening to, there was a clip of an Agbado. Let me see if I can even play it. There was a clip of an Agbado person, right? That, kind of, he's now saying that, no, he cannot defend this certificate forgery. he cannot defend it. Let me see if I can find that video and play it for you guys shortly. It's a very short clip. You know, it was one of the spaces that they had. Somebody recorded it and reposted it. Even the agbados themselves, the ones that are now beginning to grow some sense, they are now by themselves taking a step back and realizing that this is something that they cannot defend. They can't defend it. How long are we going to continue like this? This is not normal. It's not normal. We cannot do this to ourselves because you, oh, now my brother, now my sister, oh, we because they don't want him to be president. That's not what it's about. Who cares? As long as you have the interest of everyone, that's what people are interested in. People don't care about, oh, you know, now my person it must be. No, everybody's coming together now to fight a common enemy. How can you have a man with a bogus identity? Nobody knows where he comes from. Nobody, he doesn't have friends. He went to school. At least if you go my village now, you go, they'll say, ah, Omoye, we know Omoye now. Omoye. When they climb mango tree that time, they will wrestle with boys that time. They'll tell you for free. And here we are. Eh? We are selling. People are coming in defense of this nonsense. Hey God, abeg o. No, 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 no. We no fit o. We no fit pretend. We no fit continue like this, my people. And I'm telling you for free, we cannot continue like this. It is, if this is the time Nigerians should come together, but of course, unfortunately, you have people who have drank the poison of tribalism. So as far as they are concerned, they are not even looking at it from a realistic angle. They are looking at it from a tribalistic, you know, point of view. They keep saying, "Oh, it's our own. We must defend it." It's our. That's not the point. We have over how many tribes in Nigeria? We have many tribes in Nigeria. Who cares? What we are thinking about now is who's going to move the society forward so that everybody gets an equal share in all of it. It's not about you. It cannot be about you every single time. People have drunk from that poison of tribalism and they are willing to buy on top of the matter. I've never seen such stupidity in my life ever. If it is my own brother, I will call him out. I will go and meet him in the corner and say, brother, I love you, I beg, but step down. You cannot do this. I'm telling you. So it boggles my mind that people are they ready to buy on top of the matter. See this one now, he call himself lawyer. Now lawyer call himself. Oh, look at what he is defending. Please. How do you defend this for goodness sake? Meanwhile, Agbadorians believe that LP or Peter Obi is paying us for talking for him. that Agbado should give them more money so that they can attack us from every angle. They believe that we've been paid money. I just dey laugh. As I never see anything. Make I play this video for now. I just saw it now. I gotta pull it up. And hey, greetings, Mr. Des. Welcome, oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. My brother from another mother. Eh? It is maddening. You know how much debt we owe in Nigeria right now? It's in trillions. They keep gbese down for children that we don't even know that will be born. But we no fit tire. That's one thing for sure. Personally, I believe that we have to continue in this momentum. We can't. So listen to this. This is a Agbado person. He was on one of the lives spaces
in Nigeria. It's also an insult to our children. I've said it, I have a daughter. How do I look my daughter in her eye and tell my daughter that, oh, even if you go to school, somebody will come behind and forge a certificate and take something that you deserve, that belongs to you. Because I think we have too far, for too long, we have excused criminality in this country. When we see somebody from nowhere with so much money, we ask no questions. We spend the money with the person. We do a lot of things that keep excusing criminality. And I am worried. I am worried. Because this matter is not a matter of you being a Yoruba man, Omoluabi. It has nothing to do with you being an Omoluabi, being a Yoruba man, being the culture of the Yoruba people. To hell with the culture of the Yoruba people. I'm a Yoruba man. To hell with that. It is common decency as a human being. It's a common decency as a human being. And we need to act as honorable people. We need to act as honorable people. I don't have direct access to anybody to advise, but if I will advise, the honorable thing, everybody knows the honorable thing to do. Because excusing and defending rubbish, defending the indefensible, makes no sense. We can lie to ourselves. We can say things to want to convince ourselves. To me, because when I see here a lot of defense, it's like they are speaking to themselves. They are trying to convince themselves. They know the truth. So why would I go ahead trying to lie to myself? The biggest lie any man can do to himself is lying to himself. Me, I will never be part to lying to myself. No matter how the truth is, please tell me. I want to hear it. It's hurtful. It's painful. But it needs to be said. And the truth has been said several times. And me, I stand with Nigeria. And I pray we'll do the right thing. I pray, because if they don't do the right thing, the precedent they are laying for us is very dangerous. It is very, 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 very dangerous. We can excuse a lot of things, so we can excuse a lot of things. But this one, it's difficult for me to excuse. Mindset, that's what I wanted to say. I know you wanted me to say it directly, but this is the best I can say. The last time I said some things, I know the amount of phone calls and backlash I got, so I will end it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. White. You see, when I used to say on this platform that there are somebody in APC, I disagree with him. We have our disagreement, but at least there are some things I can say about this person that he stands for a better Nigeria. And some individuals were not comfortable with that when I make reference to Mr. White, and I said that to some other person as well. When we had a problem on
Sorry about that, guys. So what I was saying was that that's an Agbado person. That's a die-hard Agbado person that just came out now and said this is where he draws the line. This is where he draws the line, that he can't in clear conscience support this. And I've heard people say this before, right, in different spaces, that at the end of the day, people are going to become obedient. They will eventually become obedient. When the suffering start to touch everybody, they will realize, say, oh, we gotta be obedient to. I'm telling you, that's what is happening. Meanwhile, you still have some of them that are read like, hey, as far as our brother that is there, let him remain there. Hey, if you go up and request and say you want to talk, guess what? They won't even let you. They cut off your mic. They don't. When they come to obedient spaces, we allow them to say the rubbish that they want to say. If you go on their spaces, they cut off your mic. They don't even let you talk. They don't give you the opportunity to even air your views. They don't. So they don't even give you the opportunity to even at least talk to their conscience. They don't allow. It's almost like they don't seal their conscience, throw away the key. I've never seen such a thing. A country that is not just for a group of people. It's not as if it's only for one group of people. It's for everybody from diverse backgrounds. You want to wreck it for the ambition of one man. How does that work? Make it make sense. What are you going to tell you? What values do you want to raise your children? I shudder to think what children are growing up with, what type of values they're growing up with, because we already see it playing out. We already see it. Mr. Deji said Dele Momodu's video. Oh, let me see if I can pull that up. Thanks for reminding me. I was actually going to play it at some point. It just didn't. Let me see. Momodu. Let's see. Did he speak on any national network, Mr. Des? When was this video? Let's see. I think I found somebody did the video of it. Okay, let me see. Maybe it's here. Bear with me as I pull it up. Can you hear me? No, I'm not playing the video yet. I'm trying to find the video. I'm trying to find a video that maybe alludes to it. Let me see. Okay, I can't really. If anybody has a video, if you can share with me, that would be great. Because I can't find the video right now. I don't want to keep us all waiting. You know, I don't know. To all me, I don't personally. Agbado people, I don't have any words for them because the suffering will touch everybody. It's now become turn by turn. We are not Agbado people. Me, I thought that their life will be very different. They will be living on the moon or somewhere. That's what me I thought after they voted their tribally. After they voted tribally and religiously, me I thought that by now they'll be living on the moon, and they'll be getting free breakfast, free lunch, everywhere in the world. They have global pass. Anywhere they reach, they go open door for them. Now, so mean they expect. I think say by now, as I say, maybe they give them each one house. You understand, land and everything. But e shock me say that now dem dey cry pass. Now dem dey people DM pass, they ask for urgent 2K. Now dem dey suffer pass. In fact, it's not as they don increase, as naira na 1,000, naira don enter 1,000 now, right? 1,000 naira to a dollar, 1,000 and some change to a dollar. Me think say they go still dey buy am. They go, their own go be $1 to 1 naira. So many things when I think say they go get, as far say they use all their energy fight make their own person enter. But I don't see anything. I shock. Say I don't see anything like that. They are not enjoying. They are suffering. Some of them are homeless. Some of them are so that they buy them like chicken every day. You understand? Some of them don't even have no job, nothing. They're fully dependent. They have to beg. I saw where they dropped a bag of rice for how many people, over, for the whole village or the entire community to share. It's not even big bag of rice, so it's like the small one. So that means that maybe na only one tablespoon of rice na e go reach everybody hand last last. When I see say the thing, e no change. Petrol dey increase am, transportation you no fit enter road again, road don even worse pass before. I come dey wonder say, so wetin make, what be the benefit of dis people voting their own person in? The community say by now Lagos go just be like, go be like Dubai. I'm telling you. I say by now they go don do everything, all that flooding, all the road, 10 mainland bridge, they go don fix am, because you know e get one time when the water come dey rise. That was what I was expecting to see, but lo and behold, I don't see anything like that. I no see anything like that. In fact, e don worse pass before. Prior to when Agbado enter, the thing was okay, but as soon as the thing just go down the drain, you know say Buhari first knock the entire country down. Agbado enter now, sit on top of her. So you can imagine the damage. In fact, Abuja now, when we say Abuja na place where people dey boast of say I live in Abuja, they go dey happy say that they live for Abuja and all of that. The roads are better, life is better, one thing. You come dey hear say Agberoism don reach Abuja. Every day na dem dey report armed robbery case. Every day na dem come dey report banditry. In fact, you dey follow cows struggle road. Cows full everywhere. That come say, so wetin come be the benefit? Because me no understand, because I still dey find the benefit, I no see. Then make me come start to dey pay attention. I say, wait, this Abuja wey be say dem dey take dey boast say, it's for elite people, it's for politicians, politicians. Na know wetin I mean now. Everywhere just dabaru. In fact, dem come even fight the national road transportation chairman for Abuja. Dem beat am collect position from am o. Now say, really? Who come dey occupy the position of national road transport workers? Dem say na MC Oluomo. I say, the leader of all the Agberos don enter Abuja. They say yes. In fact, now for Abuja, dem dey rob people for traffic. I come sit down, come think by myself. I pondered. I said, so what is now, what was the benefit? Because to be honest with you guys, I thought with this, support that they were giving Agbado, the way they were very passionate, the way they were insulting people. People were insulting me in my comment section. They're going to send me message, they insult their papa and their mama. Do you understand? Me to say maybe there's something they are gaining. I mean, lo and behold, though, I was shocked alive. Nothing. No shishi. Some of them they sick, they don't even fit go hospital. The same Agbado people, they cannot go to the hospital. They now come and beg the benevolent Nigerians, the well-meaning Nigerians, obedience to help them. Not see life. Come find out say the Agbado people na court, dem dey initiate children inside court. E get some places for Lagos now wey you no fit near, na court na full there. Conglomerate of courts. Then you have their leader who introduced it, Wole Soyinka, at the top of that. You see say tribalism don do people strong thing. Your brother dey do bad thing, you say you call am enter inside house say, guy, which you say you dey do? Me and you dey bear the same name o. No try that rubbish wey you dey do. Call am come corner, tell am say, no, you must not do this thing. Everybody keep quiet because they wan benefit one thing or the other. Look at your leader anywhere in the world. Who can he talk? See, when he go, they no invite am for India. He go there, e be like houseboy. He go there back, nobody gree talk to him. Is that what you want to be representing you? When people, the world is thinking of how to move their societies forward, to make life better for their people, your own leaders are not even thinking about you. You are not in consideration. I was listening to some guy who who's looking to represent Edo State. Okay, I digress a little bit. I happened to be on a space when the guy was talking. People were asking him, so what plans do you have for the people of Edo State, for the youth of Edo State? My people, guess what this man talk? The man say, well, like I partner, I'm going to partner with the US. I'm going to partner and bring them and invite them to bring their businesses to to Edo State, so that um, they can, come and establish their businesses, invite investors, come and invest in the state and all of that, for instance, now the phone in your hand, it was made by the West. Most of the things we use was made by the West. I just dey listen, I dey feel headache. I say these people, because they do not have any vision, because they do not know what they need to do or how to do it, they assume that everybody else is like them. We have a bunch of people who have no idea at all, roughing their way into politics in Nigeria. This man is not saying, you know what, I will empower the young people, I will provide an enabling environment for them to thrive so that they can be more creative. I would, build or make education less expensive. I would, build, technical schools. I will encourage the building of technical schools for those who can't really afford it directly. I will do this. I will empower them in such and such ways. I will introduce technology and, get them trained so that they'll be able to compete with their counterparts in other countries. None of that. This man was thinking of bringing foreign investors to come and steal the small resources. We don't know whether it's still even dey there. The chicken one wey we see dey manage, the way they come thief farm, find new ones, thief farm, impoverish the people further. Somebody now asked him a question again, close to the same question they asked him. The man said the same thing, that he was definitely going to invite the US to come and invest because they know what they are doing. Can you imagine that? If that is not an insult to every young person, I don't know what is. Your leaders are telling you that they don't believe in you, that to them you don't know anything because they don't know anything. Meanwhile, Nigerians all over the world are doing excellent things. The phone that you are using, a Nigerian was part of it, if not mostly the brain behind it. The social media that you're using, Nigerians are part of it. Nigerians, Ghanaians, other Africans are part of it. Your leaders have all the people when they thrive for different parts of the world, they will not thrive in Nigeria if they were in Nigeria. Eh? It is crazy to me. It is crazy. And then people still come out and they rush to the defense of these people that have nothing to offer you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All they care about is waiting to enter their pocket at the end of the day. Because bringing an investor in is money in their pockets. Because they would have written their contract. Instead of maybe the thing will cost them 5 billion, they will inflate them to like 50 billion. Guess what? 45 go enter their pockets. In fact, it will be 45, if not all of it. They'll come to us say they dilly-dally with the investor. They dilly-dally, they dilly-dally, they dilly-dally. Before you know anything that happen, their term is over. The state is now in a worse position than it was before they came in. Every Edo person should pay attention. You cannot, anybody that does not have real values to add to you, that you can touch, real values that will bring opportunities for young people in the state, not even look inside. Because that person is telling you that they don't have any plans for you. They're just using big grammar to tell you that they have zero plans for you. We await the decision. Personally, me, I don't Supreme Court. Me not fair trust court before, so I'm not going to trust the Supreme Court now to come out and do the right thing. I'm not even going to deceive myself. Me, I know they will expect anything from Supreme Court. I expect them to come out and say we are siding with what the tribunal did. That's all I'm claiming. And me, I said it before. This whole protest or pushback should come from the lawyers. Lawyers suppose scatter everywhere for that courtroom because na their profession, na their career, and then they dig, enter inside grave, they go so. But who am I to talk? Na the one when I know now they talk it so. Sky Scream, you say I funny, my sister. Na as I see the matter they talk. Oh. Des, you said Nigeria will play. Okay, okay. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it from his channel. Let me see. You said yesterday, right? Okay. Let me see. Maybe we can watch it from there. I hope I can. Yesterday. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'll play this video and we'll wrap it up for today. I just wanted to come and put my own 2 cents inside the matter. That's all. Okay.
And I see people that you once respected, you know.
Hold on a second.
And a lot about any age. They just let the right thing be done in Nigeria.
The person is your father, the person is your old schoolmate, the person you are from the same town, you are same mother, you are the same this, you are the same that. And yet you want Nigeria to become a great country. And I see people that you once respected, you know, getting involved in all this rubbish, blaming other people for the carelessness of others. You know, it's just unfortunate. Just unfortunate. But truth is, let them say their own, let us say our own. So let posterity judge all of us. You know. So you can see people, they are struggling to defend the indefensible, struggling on television, on social media. They will continue to struggle. Nobody is talking about whether a man went to school or not. That's not the argument. That's not the argument. All the things you submitted to INEC under scrutiny, were they genuine? The answer is no. Oh, but the school has said he graduated from, is that it? Anyone with common sense, simple common sense, will just apologize. Oh, we're sorry. We didn't know there was a mix-up. Even if people won't accept, it will be on record that you have apologized and you have atoned. But to be insulting Nigerians on top of it is the height of shamelessness. You tell Nigerians that he graduated from school. Is that what they are saying? Internationally, people under the position are saying that your president was a student in our school. No problem. But how did he get to your school? a record from a secondary school in Lagos who did not exist. That school did not exist. Government College Lagos did not exist before 1974. And you have a document in that file saying he finished school in 1970. I mean, why can't you simply apologize and move on? Like I said, it does not mean people will take the apology, but at least start from somewhere. You are insulting us. We should shut up because we are your friends. And you are allowing these boys who are just coming to collect peanuts, to insult everybody on social media. Oh, the school has said he graduated. Is that the argument? That he graduated. It's not about Atiku. It's no longer about Atiku. And I'm happy that Atiku has shifted the burden to Nigerians. It's no longer about him. If the Supreme Court finds the courage, fine, they don't, whatever, nobody cares any longer. Atiku has put his resources, has invested his resources in his belief, in his principle, and he has moved on. He has fulfilled all righteousness. What insult? He graduated trying to deflect. Yes, so if Tinubu is my friend, means that I should be culpable. I will defend a man who has the courage to apologize when you are wrong. Admit first that you are wrong. Anybody wants to kill you, let him come and kill you. I don't have anything against. It's easier for me to go with all the people who are swiling around him right now. But that's not me. To start with, I've not been an apostle of Tinubu's style of politics. Anybody who knows me knows in the last 24 years, if you ever saw me in the same political party with him, I've never been a member of his party, whether ACNA, APC, AD, no. Because there are things me and my body cannot take. Some people don't mind anybody, some people can be voluntary slaves and all that. But he knows me that I'm not one of them. So I don't know why people are now angry and bothered. They support. What support do I have? Do I have more than one vote? He doesn't need me. He has more than enough people to defend anything he does. He has them shouting on your mandate, shall stand. So when people do that to you and turn you into a demigod, and then they will be able to defend anything, if those are the things you enjoy, then when these things then come with their repercussions, we can see it now. Anybody who wants to even forge for you, won't the person do a little research? You want to write that somebody went to Government College Lagos. They were so impatient, they could not even look at the dates of what they were writing. And you are not blaming others for that, for talking. Stop surrounding yourself with psychopaths who don't know anything. There are more intelligent people in Nigeria who will advise you, go and find them, they're there. Nobody can justify forgery, nobody. Any lawyers know that anyway, so I'm sure people like Fadika, they know that they can't justify it. So that's why they are all keeping quiet now. All the intelligent people I know in that group, they're quiet. Everybody's quiet. Nobody can defend it. On top of it, you had ample time to correct all your imperfections. No human being is perfect. No human being on earth is perfect. But when you know you want to assume public position, and in particular, the highest position in any country, the presidency, you find time to clean up your act. So you were busy preparing to hijack and run with the election, but you did not prepare to clean up this mess that has been following you in politics since 1999 or thereabouts. All that they need to do, the constitution does not say you must be a graduate. Have up to school living certificate. Go to WAEC, apply, and do it. That's why I salute Governor Demola Adeleke all the time. When they said he didn't have this, he didn't have that, he went back to school. Is he not back now? Can anybody blackmail him again? If Tinubu had done the right things and his boys had told him to tell him, Oga, we need to go and, but they left it, that nothing will happen, and you are now blaming us for it. Get out. When we talk the truth and you won't accept it, you go and be, all you do is go and gossip to him. They may is your enemy. They may hate you. How can I hate? How can I hate my own friend and my own brother? Hate you for what? We're not in the same party, yes, I have no apologies about that. But I cannot hate him to the extent that I would say he should suffer this kind of indignity and infamy internationally. I'm saying it live now. So those who know how to misquote people should go and misquote me again. I'm saying it that the fault is yours. If you surround yourself with people who cannot tell you the truth, they want to forge. They can't even forge well. Social security number, fake. Social security number. Dates of birth, 3. 3 different dates of birth. And you are blaming us for that. Very incompetent people. You can collect his money, but you can't do the work. Don't blame anybody, but blame yourselves for bringing this calamity upon yourselves. Kílódé? Kílódé? Don't you have shame? You are blaming us for an offense we did not commit. A man pays them well, gives them everything, gives them properties, gives them land, gives them everything. Yet, they are incompetent. They cannot deliver. 16 years, Tinubu left as governor of Lagos 16 years ago. Since 16 years to now, these guys could not clean all those records, clean it well. And now you are blaming us that we shouldn't post. Am I not a journalist, so I should retire from my profession because my friend made mistake, costly mistakes? Insult upon injury. They are blaming us. You say, who is blaming you? Don't you see them insulting us every day that we're talking about Tinubu? Am I the one that asked them not to know how to forge properly? If you want to forge, forge cleanly. You can forge and do it cleanly. It's easy. All Tinubu needs to show is kusa, nothing more. And then swear to Abidabit. Baba Basanjo says it all the time. He doesn't know it. And that's what we've all accepted. That's how we celebrate it. That is how we celebrate Baba Basanjo. Not everybody knows their date of birth. If you don't know your date of birth, so be it. Nobody is going to kill you. But stick to one. Let everybody in the world know. So if we are in exile together, it means that you come and defend forgery. Please, Oga, if that is your life, that is not mine. Listen very well. That is not mine. What nonsense. They all collect money from him, tell him lies about others. Did you see me among them in the last 24 years? Have you seen me in their government before? They are disgracing your country, you are saying, because we were in exile together. Was he and Atiku not in the same party before? Were they not in the same party before? This is not about Atiku any longer. It is not about Atiku. Atiku himself, he has transferred the burden to you. He said, I don't have to be president. That is a man. Do you think it's everybody that wants anything so desperately?
But people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Baby, I have to come in. This man dealing about the he want you laugh finish me for here. My people, how are they today? They live about to not destroy Tinubu, destroy followers, destroy all of them indirectly. Indirectly, like they destroy all of them too. You see, I don't scatter all of them. If you want to forge where? Eh? How you forge? Only you go get 3 dates of birth. They let my mom do they talk all these things. So you see, they talk saying, "I'm my good friend." He's my good friend. See, if you are Tinubu supporter, everybody don't know now. Say that's also insulting. They insult all of us. You don't have anything to say. The funny part right now is that although a little few of those people trying to defend Tinubu now are disgracing themselves on air. All of them are disgracing themselves. They don't have anything to say. But the major people like Festus Akamu, FFK, and many others, they are not coming out to speak because they don't have anything to say. What about Nobel laureate Fanikaya? What's his name again? I don't forget his name. This one is real. I don't remember his name. But they call him Nobel laureate, where they always attack us. I don't know how to forget his name. I've been looking at writer for that. I don't forget his name. He no Greek command, elderly man. He don't talk for this matter. I think his name again. I think this man name now, this 80-something years. Wole Soyinka. I go forget that kind of name like that. Come out. Yes, thank you very much. Or mockery. None of them come out because they don't know what to say. It's a big disgrace. It's a big disgrace. Listen, I wish this disgrace was just for Tinubu alone. That's fine. But at the moment now, it's affecting every one of us. Every international bodies now, Westerners, they are now tightening their belts to checkmate more Nigerians in abroad, especially Nigerians that are currently traveling out of Nigeria to study. Information they reach me now say some people will now wait come. I don't want to really talk that one. Hey, wait, come from Nigeria, come UK now. Can't do their masters. Say the degree where they produce, they get the visa are under scrutiny. All because of one man. Then some of you are saying, no, it's a normal thing. It's okay. You people are talking out of hate. How can you be hating? I don't know that we still have lunatics that reason that way. We all are talking about our future, the stability of our future, the future of our children. You are telling us that we are talking out of hate? Tell me, why would anybody on earth hate Tinubu? Tell me. Tinubu not my friend. Grandpapa, why I suppose if I see I go lie down straight, say good morning, daddy. In where we came from in Benin. Someone like Tinubu, would they lie down straight, say Lamogu Baba? Will they go down? Fear not let you look I greet him. Why would I hate Tinubu for Christ's sake? Why is it that you people don't think everybody just hating Tinubu? What you people should be saying, may I correct you now, in case henceforth, when they talk up, make una henceforth the talk, say everybody they thief before, you reach Tinubu turn, thief not can work. Everybody they forge before, you reach Tinubu turn, forge not can work. Everybody, and they talking about the people they do bad thing, not all, but politicians they ring election before. He reached Tinubu turn, he not can work. That is postmodernism. In case you're not aware, it is the act of postmodernism because nothing lasts forever. Right? Nothing lasts forever. What you used to do 20 years ago, probably many of you listening to me right now, you can't do it anymore. What used to happen 30 years ago is not in existence anymore this time. If you try to do it this time, people will look at you and say, okay, are we there inside train? You there outside? How far now? You don't join the train. When the train is moving, you got to follow the train. Technology have taken over the world. Even you that is listening to me right now, for our mama, grandmama, or grandpapa, they listen to me right now, the way you take born us that year, now so they sit they born Pikin this time. Pikin where you go born this time now, between as they land, they don't look for a smartphone. 5 years old go they play with a smartphone, you the dragon with go become problem. Tinubu rig 1999. Now young man, I got mad that time now. Now, one thing I will continue with this man because a very powerful message now Dele Momodu sent for here. Dele Momodu say people wey surround Tinubu now they eat them that they eat money now they know. I don't know whether I enough I remember say I talked this thing yesterday. You know, say they happy when I see this thing. Dele Momodu do this live this afternoon. Me, I talk him yesterday. If you remember, say I talk him, just say yes, you remember. I say the people surrounding Tinubu, they don't like Tinubu. They are only eating Tinubu's money. In fact, the biggest enemies that Tinubu have is the people surrounding him. Now, Dele Momodu can't talk to this. So it means these people, obviously, I still talk about 4 days ago. I said Tinubu not go forge anything by himself. Tinubu not go submit his form by himself. If you not still remember, because hold me by what I say on my broadcast. I say not go do anything by himself. Now people do one. The people that is submitting these forms or doing the forgery and all of that, they are the satanic people around Tinubu. They don't like him. Now them, in fact, now they want make Tinubu fair for. Where there is no road. Now these people, they tell Tinubu say, road day, Baba. No mind there. This is why you're talking on social media, sir. They are talking anyhow. They don't know anything, sir. I'm a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, sir. Don't worry. We know what to do, sir. We'll handle them. We'll handle them. What we just need to do now, I need to employ more dogs, you know, that will be on Twitter. Because I noticed that there are more on Twitter and YouTube now that will be everywhere. Sir, all we just need to do is just give them for 5 million. They will do this. Okay, Tinubu, so how many of them? We'll say at least between 50 and 100 people is enough. That will counter these stupid people, sir. That will do this. They'll calculate 5 million naira times 50. Can somebody calculate 5 million naira times 50 for me? Put out there, I get my people here with me. I have intellectualism. All of them are here with me. Intellectuals, they are here. 5 million naira times 50, how much? Make somebody put out there quickly. Because I they talk right now, make I not forget what I want to talk. Now, Tinubu go the boss, he go tell PA or accountant, and they go say, okay, transfer some money for Akamo account or anybody. That 50 people when you talk now, you go recruit them, you go give them 100,000 naira or 50,000 naira or even 20,000 naira. You go give them. All those ones go enter social media. Now, some of them, they see, they come here, they call, they tell us, say, oh, okay, 250 million. Thank you very much, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, my people. Okay, no, it can't be 25 million. 5 million times 50 is 250 million, right? Okay. 250 million, you go give 20,000 naira to 50 people. Those 50 people, they go come here. Now, then they see for comment section where they counter you all the time. Oh, when I still there, they cry. So come here. Why are you people talking? You guys are propaganda. You are this, you are that. Now, damn, those satanic people. Because they know what is right. They are choosing to do what is wrong. They are deliberately doing what is wrong. There's what we call deliberate and indeliberate. When people do something deliberately, you counter and tackle them, penalize them deliberately. But when people do something indeliberately, then you have some kind of remorsefulness that you will apply to their penalization. These satanic individualisms come here deliberately to distract us. Some of them will join our panel to distract us. Thank God, say not be only us they complain. Now say they are calling everybody, say we hate Tinubu. Even Dele Momodu doesn't cry, come and say, no, he's my friend, though, he's my friend. If you want to forge, you forge where? I cannot join a criminal cartel. Dele Momodu finish work for here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I will showcase names on air later on because I know some people don't play for social media. On the comment section, but I might not be able to mention everybody's names. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks for joining us. Mother Bella Naomi, I can see you. Discussion Channel TV, Mother Patricia, Tago Jimmy. Good evening to every one of you. God bless your CTAO. CTAO. Good evening to you. Thank you very much, my people. Ari or me, I can see you as well. Now, God bless you, my people. I appreciate every one of you that is right there.
Not to know how to forge, not to know.
They're saying it how it is. It is better. Me not be Yoruba man, not be Igbo man. I'm a proud Edo son. I want a better Nigeria. I'm not applying tribalism, ethnicism. We don't need it. That is why we are where we are today. Because of the sentimentalism that we are applying to every angles. Our satanic interest. Nepotism. Because, oh, now my friend, favoritism. You see, and I talk and answer. It did not apply nepotism. It did not apply favoritism. He said, no. How can I hate my friend? He's my friend. You know, but if you want to forge, you forge where? You know, I can only you have 3 date of birth. What be this? If you are not ashamed, I'm ashamed for you. Please, my people, let's listen to this wonderful man. Let's follow up. Thank you. I'll come back to you guys shortly.
That, so be it. No, nobody is going to kill you. But not to know how to forge properly. If you want to forge cleanly. You can forge and do it cleanly. It's easy. All Tinubu needs to show is Kusa, nothing more. And then swear to Abidabit. Baba Basanjo says it all the time. He doesn't know his date of birth. He chose one. And that's what we've all accepted. That's how we celebrate him. That is how we celebrate Baba Basanjo. Not everybody knows their date of birth. If you don't know your date of birth, so be it. No, nobody is going to kill you. But stick to one. Let everybody in the world know. So if you are in exile together, that means that you come and defend forgery. Please, Oga, if that is your life, that is not mine. Listen very well. That is not mine. What nonsense. They all collect money from him, tell him lies about others. Did you see me among them in the last 24 years? Have you seen me in their government before? They are disgracing your country, you are saying, because we were in exile together. Was he and Atiku not in the same party before? Were they not in the same party before? This is not about Atiku any longer. It is not about Atiku. Atiku himself, he has transferred the burden to you. He said, I don't have to be president. That is a man. Do you think it's everybody that wants anything? So desperate. The man is telling you that this thing is wrong. We must change Nigeria. Gani Fahimi started it long ago. Where were you when Gani was shouting that time? In the last 16 years, and you have refused. Oh, I'm getting old. Yes, I'm almost 64. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I'm not a small boy. So what nonsense are you talking? Because somebody is Yoruba, because somebody is, and that means that every time they talk about him, it must be bad news. Is it fair on Yoruba people? Is it fair on Nigeria? Is it fair on Africa? And if you guys don't have any shame, so be it. What noise do I have to go and make? How many times have you seen me go to Aso Rock to go and beg anything? What noise do I? What's my business with Aso Rock? I don't have any business with Aso Rock. Obasanjo was there for 8 years. Did you see me go there to go and beg him for anything? Yaradua was there. God bless his soul. Jonathan was there. Did you see me? I don't know why you people are so. It never used to be like this. Oh. No, I can't block him. I won't block him. I want him to be watching me and be getting angry. Block him for what? I'm speaking the truth. It's hurting him. So let him get worked up. These guys, instead of telling your leader the truth, you're all hiding. Me, pained about what? Pained. Do I look like someone who looks pained? Do I look pained that Tinubu was declared president of Nigeria? How can that pain me? The Buhari that I supported before he ever appointed his cabinet had already left, and I apologized publicly. 8 years of Buhari I survived in Nigeria. Did you see me beg anybody for anything? So if you don't know a man, go and check his antecedents. I've been in opposition. I've always been in opposition. Go and check. The Buhari that would have made me to be in a ruling government. I was never a member of their party. I supported him voluntarily with my sweat, with my little modest, humble resources. If you like, shout more than that. Shout more than that. Write whatever you want to write. I am so proud that I didn't even know that I could stand up for truth in Nigeria more than this. I kept quiet, I kept watching, hoping that this thing would not be true. How can we be so careless? 16 years, you have 16 years to clear up everything, to clean up. And those who walk around you, who shout, there is no human being like you, after God it is you, they could not help you. I need appointment. Jokers. Appointment. And I wouldn't have changed it in the last 24 years. Appointment for what? For stealing. I've donated it to you. Now go and have it, since I can't have it. These are shameless people. Appointment. I say go and have it. You go and take the appointment. I've donated it to you. Yes, God will be proud of us. Thank you. Appointment. You think everybody is a thief or lazy bum or greedy? For anybody to think I will now come and join this rat race and be waiting and queuing up for a pittance. Not me. Not me. Nigerians are too hardworking and energetic for people to come and drag them into this. Now, I'm reading somewhere that our nurses might be asked to come and reapply abroad. No, I'm a man. No, I'm not a voluntary slave. I can't be. Even if it's my mother, I'll tell you, I'm sorry. Go and read my antecedents. I will say my own. I will not be rude to you. I'm not rude like some of the people around Tinubu who are rude to everybody, who abuse everybody. One of them is the Atiku to go and apologize to Tinubu. Was he the one that filled the form for Tinubu? Was Atiku the one that filled the form for Tinubu? Instead of admitting that you are incompetent. Do I think the Supreme Court? I say we've moved beyond all that. Whether Supreme Court, whatever decision they take, is binding on all of us. You can see Atiku is a law-abiding citizen of Nigeria. He's not one of those who will, willfully break the law. So he has done what he needs to do, and the rest is left. My dear, I don't want to be calling names. Chicago State University is open to everybody, and we have seen what came out of it. The shame of it is that Atiku did not go there to contest whether Tinubu went to that school or not. We still don't have evidence. Even now, we don't have the evidence, unless we read different depositions. So, but even legally, if you enter an institution illegally, whatever legal document you came back with becomes illegal once you are found out. They are very shameless. I agree with you. Some people are very, very shameless. Anybody who is not shameless, they ignore the deluge of forgeries involved. Ask them, dare them to answer questions about Government College Lagos. Ask them if they can answer you. Ask them if they can answer you.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so,
why we have 3 different dates of birth, ask them. Okay? Ask them if the university issued that certificate submitted to INEC. Ask them. They will say, oh, you graduated. Who is arguing about whether you graduated or not?
They cannot answer it. If we ask them, some of the day here now, some satanic Tinubu supporter or APC satanic supporters, they are here now. I bet tell us that certificate where Tinubu submit for INEC, where you forget time. They don't want to say make we ask you now. Not be me, they ask you. He said, make we ask Kuna. Where you get them from? Tell us.
About Government College Lagos. Ask them if they can answer you. Ask them if they can answer you why we have 3 different dates of birth. Ask them. Okay? Ask them if the university issued that certificate submitted to INEC. Ask them. They will say, oh, you graduated. Who is arguing about whether you graduated or not? Who is arguing it? Atiku is a man. He's a statesman, an elder statesman who invested his money and everything. He has suffered for Nigeria. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. So, what is a pre-election matter? There is no pre-election matter. That is why they go to the Supreme Court. Only the Supreme Court can determine what's the pre-election matter. We're not all illiterate. How can I be an enemy within when I've never been inside? I've never been inside Tinubu's political family. If you are so ignorant not to know that, I'm telling you on open air that I've never, have you ever seen me in Tinubu's political family before? Ever. What brought us together was MKO, Abiola, and June 12. That's all. We returned from exile 25 years ago. Have you ever seen me in that political family? I told you I don't share in his political beliefs, so I cannot be a member. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's my choice. You can't force me. Anyway. So I need to take a break and I have a lot of work to do. So.
Which certificate are you talking about?
Hold on, sir. Let me establish my question. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I don't laugh, tire. Hey, Mr. J, welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Greetings, long time. How are you doing? How's your body?
How are you, my sister?
I'm fine.
How's everybody doing online?
Everybody's.
You see, I think the whole thing was a little bit. I was downcasted. I mean, after the whole appeal court thing.
Right.
I mean, I knew that was the way they were going. I knew. I mean, I think I might have said it a long time ago. These people are evil, and they blatantly just, slapped all of us in the face, and nothing's happening. And I think basically what it is that they looked at Nigerians and just say, look, these Nigerian people, we don't get their number. There's nothing. No matter, even if dollar become 5,000 naira per $1, these Nigerian people no go contest. I mean, sorry, Mubad, whoever. I mean, Mubad, so rest in peace, right? But look at them, the useless youth. Look at what galvanized them to come out. They're all out there demonstrating
let's
about
not call
Mubad.
them the useless youths.
Well,
there are a lot of young
this is my thing, and I have an opinion.
Like what they ought
Misplaced
to be
priority. That is basically where I was going. There are worse things going on to them. They are killing them, and they don't even have we can't even galvanize 1,000 people to come out together and just rally for all this suffering, all this nonsense. They stole the election. Nobody's coming doing anything. Appeal court, red judgment. Nobody's doing anything. They just moved on. This Tinubu's certificate thing, and this is what I want us to think about. They remember the social security number. They traced it to a female, right? And the female is in somewhere in Louisiana right now. She is 52 years old, if I'm correct. So that social security was issued in 1976. So for me, what is puzzling to me is this: how was he able to put that social security number on a transcript from Southwest Community College, And supposedly, this particular person that holds the social security number, she in 1970s, that person was 5 years old, and that person is an American citizen. So I believed he just. This is my own theory about this whole thing. I think he went to Southwest Community College using the social security number of a little girl with the initial, the Adenike, is Adebola Adenike Tinubu. So he just took out all these names from that name, Bola, and the A, Adenike, just changed it to A, which is can be anything A. So now, back in the 70s, I don't think you can go to college. You can go to, I think they use that number. I saw someone on the internet, somebody that went to CSU was saying that back in the 70s and 80s or 90s, the number that they used to identify all the students, each student is the social security number. Now they have student ID. But now, he said back then, you must have the social security number. Now, this guy never gets social security number because he didn't come in legally. So I don't think they issued him any social security number. So he went to school. I don't know why he wanted to go to school, as a criminal. I don't know. But I think he had a desire to go to school. So you are laughing. I know. So I think this is my theory. So I think he just went in and put that number on the application for Southwest Community College. So when I don't think they confirmed it, I don't think they did any verification. So by the time it was done in Southwest, those people had already done their background, and the thing came back as female. So they put the female on the transcript. So he didn't have control of that. He didn't have control of the female thing. It was the social security number that probably came back as a female. Now, if you look at it, they wiped out the date of birth of that social security number. The date of birth would have come back as a young kid as well. So when he went to Chicago State, now there are new revelations now that he did not graduate from CSU. He did not graduate from CSU because there were requirements that they asked him to meet, which was like maths, English, and something else, 3 courses. And they said, look, we are going to admit you, but before you graduate from CSU, you must complete these courses. Now, the transcript from CSU after graduation or whatever you want to call it did not have all those courses that I asked him to do. So that also is another thing going on. So now I saw that on Injenge Media today, that there is also probably going to be another subpoena to CSU that this guy actually did not graduate from CSU. He did not meet the graduation requirement. So there's so many issues going on here that I think we're just starting. Now, Supreme Court can decide to do whatever they want to do because we know them. We know what these people are. So, and I say something. I was saying this to someone. I said, look, these people did not give Nigerians job. They did not give us job in Nigeria. They chased all of us out of Nigeria to go and fetch for ourselves. So we also, on our own, we left. We all went and also, and we were able to make a headway. Now, what they have successfully done with this certificate thing is that the Nigerians that are left behind, that are trying to leave, and the ones that are actually out there, they are actually going to and we know Nigeria has a bad name all along. But now they are going to start putting torchlight on everything now. Now in your workplaces, people are going to start saying, that person is Nigerian. Let's go and look at the file again. Oh, that person that wants to immigrate, let's go and look at their application again. So this will open up another kind of worm for the people we have left. They failed us at home. We left. We ran away from them. Now the ones that wants to leave again, that wants to japa, they are going to have a hard time because of one single human being. One single human being. And the whole country is standing, and I don't want to say the whole country, but we have a bunch of people that are going to support this thing. Look at them, they are telling you that you can go and print your own certificate, you can go and design it. I mean, there's nothing in this world. Even if Jesus Christ come from heaven and say this certificate is forged, these people are still going to sit down there and say, no, it's not forged. They will find a reason. I don't even understand where these people are from, which planet they are from. They are so evil. They are so devilish. I don't even look at what they are trying to. They are trying to gag the media now. They want to gag them. They are telling them, they are saying immediately the Daily Parrot team, he said all those things he said on TV. The next day, maybe less than 48 hours, they wrote a letter. You must stop. This is your last warning. So we are in it. So you can't even speak the truth anymore on TV. Hey, these people. Hey, let me let you, someone else, come on and say something else.
Well, Mr. J, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Mr. One Love, welcome. Oh, happy Sunday to you. One Love, are you there? One Love, keep us
Us
together.
together.
Hey.
Yeah. See,
You
those
know,
were the good old days, Nigeria.
I'm
Those were the good
telling
old
you.
days. I mean,
That song was
I
on
remember
point.
the song.
I think it was Oyeka
Those,
Owenu.
it was
One,
Oyekada. You
yeah,
always play it on Sunday. On Sunday, on TV, they will always find a way to slot that music as.
exactly. One love, keep us
Us
together. I used to know the
together.
lyrics, so but I don't forget.
I know. I don't know.
Ding, 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 you know. One I not laugh my voice, so I beg. Any voice better pass this one.
You are trying, my sister. Don't worry.
Thank
Don't
you,
mind anybody.
Gary. Mr. One Love, be like say Mr. One Love no dey with us. He just dey here, but he no dey with him mic. We will come back to I actually should be ending the show now because we've literally exhausted the point that we need to make for today. I know say plenty things dey to talk, but today, oh, I think we have done enough justice to it as we await FBI 2500 page. Now that one me dey wait for. Personally, like I was saying earlier, I have no trust for the Supreme Court. The same thing when they do for tribunal, then they go do times 100 for Supreme Court. I'm not expecting anything. My mind no dey there. Gravitas, yeah, we already know the Nigerian judiciary, yep, including the Supreme Court. They are all bots. Is it not Ariwola that we saw sneaking into London? And we know the antecedents, so we're not expecting anything new from there. The fact that you have a president that can't even prove that he has education. See, I don't, the problem is, I think for a lot of Nigerians, if I can speak freely, there are times that somebody does not go to school. That's okay, but they were able to walk, go through life, hard work, meet the right people, have the right influence, and they have a vision, and that they're able to provide to the people. This guy has zero vision, no idea. He does not know anything. On top of it, you no go school. Tell us say you no go school. Come out and be honest. And this is where I agree with Dele Momodu. Be honest. You are surrounded by charlatans. They don't tell you the truth. You spend so much money on them. You had ample time to upgrade your education. Even if you not go university, go and get school cert. Do your WAEC, even if na 4 papers, even if you write am 2 times, you go say okay, join 2 paper. Some of us write WAEC 2 times, write JAMB 2 times. Some of us write am like 5 times. Some uncountable. So it's not even about that. The fact that you no even nothing, everything about you is questionable. We don't know where you come from, we don't know the village where you come from, we don't know your family, you no get uncle, you no get brother, you no get sister, nothing. Community, villages no know who you be. Nigeria wey be say they go trace you reach the village where you come from. Nobody can trace you to that village. Like I said, we await FBI 2500 pages. Make it add to this nonsense wey we don dey use our eyes. For those people that are defending them, Make dem come, me dey wait for them. I get their energy, renewed energy. Anybody wey see say wey talk say e chop belle full, may come defend dis man. I dey wait for them. Mr. Paul, welcome oh, my brother, long time. How you dey? Happy Sunday oh.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning. I did fine.
Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to hear you again.
Thank you. Oh yeah, the Nigerian thing, plenty word no dey to talk. I just wan quote one funny parable. Na parable I go call am. I no know how I go take call am sef. Somebody wey say dey look for person to help am do bad work. Another person come link and come go meet devil. Devil say go do the work. No, the person say no sure say devil go fit do the work. Devil was mad. Devil say I get result. Devil say give me the work, I go do am. The person talk. Devil talk. The person say no sure say devil go fit do am. Now it's okay, make I give you the work. Now devil answer and say, wetin you want to make I do? He say, na this Nigerian man now I wan make you fine. Devil say no, you don't come on hand for Nigerian matter because I go do one, Nigeria go do 10. They go say that devil work do the 10. Now it be this Tinubu matter. I just pity for these people wey dey defend am. They defend Tinubu. Tinubu they see the shit more inside the diaper. Why?
Exactly.
They put fragrance to comot smell. Tinubu dey shit. More and more. I'm telling you, when FBI go come, now super story go turn to. Now super story.
You.
Thing don tire. Omoye, do you know that Tinubu come from Lagos? It's a Lagosian. He come from a very strong family, the Tinubu family. They get monument, they get statue for Idumota there. This na family wey like say during the era of slave trade, they sell slave. Tinubu at that level, Yoruba wey me and you know, Omoye, they no come take Tinubu name, take stink, come take call the delay wey Tinubu come after.
I'm telling you,
You understand?
the
It's just my sister.
Oriki. You know, say they get
The
Oriki in
Oriki.
Yoruba land. They go Oriki
Exactly.
like this.
They
Your
no
head
come
go
fit take the name where Tinubu family come from. And my sister, I don't dare to dig again. I don't tire for this digging because this our digging might be like saying a conspiracy theory for these people. Make we even ask this funny question. Is a Lagosian from the Tinubu family? Which family he come from? Bode George come from Lagos. We know the Lagos family. We know the 16 families. You understand? We know all the family. Which side he come from? Ambode was super clear. We know say Ambode come from Ekpe. We know this one say he come from Badagry. You come from Lagos Island. Which Lagos Island he come from? Isale Kodi, Isale Gongon, Abina. Which family you come from? They don't know. You understand? As that Lagos Gongon where you say you come from that Lagos Island, now then be one of the smallest family in Lagos. They never fit take Tinubu sing anywhere, call him papa name, call him mama name, to take do the proper Oriki and everything. My sister. And would they, my uncle Nandi Kalu, they say Buhari come from Sudan. We no even know say Tinubu come from Brazil. I'm telling you.
Brazil, no.
It might be somebody we know they the returnee will come from Brazil, because they be Lagos Island people. I'm telling you, it might just be funny. You know, look the government college. You yesterday in 1999, you went to University of Chicago with the Gani saga with this my useless brother Festus Keyamo then. University of Chicago was the contest and government college Ibadan. Today now is government college Lagos. Now, somewhere along the line, it moves. Oh, typographic error. Chicago State University, University of Chicago. Now, the Chicago State again, it's not even clear. Secondary school is not clear. Initially, you lie, say you went to government college, Ibadan. Arivi Salah in the report in a Vanguard newspaper said he went to that school. He doesn't know Tinubu. You understand? And everything. Now, Ibadan clear, you come out Ibadan and everything. He moved to Lagos. You went there 1970. The school was open 1974. I'm just tired. It just looked like we are playing puzzle. It just look, the thing just looked like puzzle. And it can't become that thing of those days. Who want to be a millionaire? It looked like we find who go win this million. Gani try, you know, winner. David Odeyi, but we all know somewhere we don't win them. Now this year people, and I feel for this. Because the Tinubu self has never come aside with his so-called man Yakubu. both of them are not saying anything. And these yeye people where they defend these men up and down, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Nigeria is just in a sorry state, But I don't want to say it's a Nigerian issue. It's just these few yeye people. After all, with rigging and everything together cumulatively, the vote where he claim to get plus rigging now only 8 million. The country is bigger than 8 million. It's bigger than 8 million than the people who want to put this thing to tribal thing and everything. No, I don't want to believe that it's more of a tribal thing, in as much as we want to see more people want to teach in that direction. Because the Yoruba people that we know have fought for this country very well. Ghani fought a very good fight. So many of them like that, the Ransom Kuti family, they fought a very good fight. Apart from few people like this, my uncle where Moye they go try to go carry hair where resemble him color, call Shoyinka. I don't know. Yeah, who actually start a good fight before they come give a small ogogoro.
You don't throw some punches come my side.
I'm telling you. So my Yoruba people, they try for this country. They fought military government.
Sister Omoye, I like your hair color, Jari.
Thank you, Jare, my brother. Not my Paul they hate because Paul not fit do this kind and I make I dey jealous.
Don't worry. I pass kiri so that going back the carry.
Yeah, that make you jealous now. You don't get hair.
I'm telling you, let's just even go back. Okay, we don't want to ask. Oh, the school said the man went to the school. What secondary school did you went to? What transcript did you submit to get this admission in this so-called Southwest North Chicago State University? It is clear.
Brother Paul, can I say something real quick, Brother Paul?
Go ahead, my brother.
You remember there was something that is submitted. There's an A level that is submitted with physics, chemistry, biology that he used to enter Southwest Community College. How can you use physics, chemistry, biology? There's no maths there. There's no English there. And that was why they asked him. So they asked him to go and do it before he graduates from CSU. He never did it. He never did it on his transcript. So he also did not graduate. That was why he did not have the balls to go back and collect the certificate. That's number one. But number two, he doesn't even know the credential. He doesn't even know the information to use. I think he forgot everything. He forgot everything that was on the girl's thing. So he doesn't remember. So he cannot go there legally to say, I need my certificate. Because he didn't graduate.
The guy was entering class to take lecture. I don't know whether you live in the West, whether you live in America. In America, we see this small boy where they first learn
I'm in America, yeah.
Okay, this small boy where they learn to sell it, when they recruit them newly, and go carry small picking bicycle, they sell for bus stop to bus stop. But this guy na campus in they sell. So probably they sell for campus, they sell inside class. That's why some people will come outside and say, I know I'm for campus. They don't know say now marketing they sell.
The guy just go school.
He just
go school. He just go school. He just go. See, I lived in Chicago, but that was in the early 2000s. I lived in Chicago myself. So I know what Chicago is known for. You understand? So he was just in Chicago. He was not in school. He went to school, to be honest. He was there.
He was there. No, that is where he was deployed to sell Elubo.
Yes.
So he is popular because he was selling Elubo. He no take bus stop. They no put him for bus stop. Say go sell for this QT bus stop, QT gas station. No. Sell there. He was deployed to campus to sell. Yes. So sometimes he even enter class. Class to sell. So some people might know I'm inside class. But na Elubo they say. It don't be like our Nigerian conventional school where lecturer go say, who are you? Who are you? Where is your matric number? See me in my office.
What I think they do. I tell I don't know if you listen earlier. I think he just commot. Some people now, you go put some people for house. And if they careful, then go take your this thing now. So it be like saying just see that thing for house, that number for house. Small picking number. He carry him, go use them. You understand? And he can't say because it's the person where hold this number safe. Now medical doctor today. So how that person go, you understand? And this number, where will they talk? Now only one person, if you get them,
Now only
no be
one
two people.
person. Now only
So
one
they don't
person.
trace her. They don't trace
We
this
need
thing. They don't trace
they
them.
need to subpoena social security, because social security, when I did my social
If
security number, I did not go
yes,
there and go put Jackson Paul. Then they give me
yes,
number. I also put my mother's name and I put my father's name. So
yes.
let them also subpoena social security and go see the name that he put in his parent and his date of birth that attached to that social security
To
number.
that social security. Oh no,
You
you know what they
understand?
go talk? They go say na typo. They go say na typo. So
But
how that
For
number?
mama name again,
but
and
who's
papa name
supposed to be
again.
doing
Typo
all
will
this
come out
one?
because we don't say mama name when he claim na Bibag Mugaji, Iyaloja General, or Iyaloja Worldwide.
How?
My
See, the
question
funny they
is,
say. Okay,
who's
go ahead.
supposed to be doing all of this stuff? Who's supposed to be subpoenaing social security? Who's supposed to be finding out all of this information?
No, it's an eye opener. Maybe it might not come to somebody's mind. This is what we are doing. So you
It's
understand?
supposed to. It's
Nobody is
supposed to be.
perfect.
It's supposed to be us Nigerians in diaspora, because nobody is going to do
Yeah.
this work for us. You know, last time I was on Niger Watch, I actually suggested that we should all come together and file a petition against CSU for them to clarify what is going on, because we have to get to the root cause of this matter. You know,
A
somebody
class
cannot
action. A class
somebody
action.
cannot
Not a
go on there
petition.
and then
Class action. That's
we
what you
trace.
mean, right?
Yes, a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm in on it. So if you guys are ready, I beg, let's do
We
it.
we
Let's
trace
make it happen.
we trace that social security number to a female. That is all you need to
Yeah.
identify someone in the country.
The social security was traced to a female in Virginia, and there's no record of him being in Virginia.
The guy
She's
never
52 years old.
the
The
guy
lady's
never
52
went to
years
that
old.
school. The guy never went to that school.
No,
Now,
he didn't.
we know in Nigeria, if you are even planning to say, oh, you want to apply to school in Nigeria, let's just use the Nigeria system. If you are going to say, oh, I want to go study accounting or business, university in Nigeria would not require you to submit chemistry and biology. You understand? The person who owns that record has the intention from the beginning to study something related to science or even medicine, like what that lady that actually ended up studying in the long run. That's why
Right.
she was submitting chemistry, biology, and they even require that she should finish English and math. She probably did not even finish in that CSU. She probably went to another school to complete her education and got her MD degree. These guys stole somebody's identity and is purporting
No,
it
my
as a
brother, can I ask
graduate
you a
of
question?
CSU.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So now this is somewhat like detective work. So when they trace that number to Virginia, that number was issued in 1976.
Exactly.
Okay. Now that particular lady, she's 52 years old today, as of now. So if you trace back 52 years, that was 1971. She was born
71.
1971. So she couldn't have been the person that attended the school. Do you understand? She could not have been the person. So for me, I believe that there was some sort of, he saw the number somewhere, picked it up and wrote it on a form. Now, being in the 70s, nobody does any verification. They will not verify. So he just saw a good social security number. You know, it's a good social security because it's real. Now, if you had written just a random number, they would have said, oh, what is this? They would have found out that number would never come back. So for me, I feel like when he was applying to Southwest, he practically just wrote that number down and the name that comes with that number, which is Bola A. Tinubu. So the girl's name is Adenike Adebola Tinubu. So that Adenike became A. That Adebola became Bola. So if you look at it, it will still be his name, right? But it will not, the date of birth will not rhyme. So I believe that on that transcript of CSU, if you look at it very well, that is the only reason why he came back as female. So I think when he was applying to Southwest, he wrote the number down. The school took it in good faith. Then before he graduated, they had the chance to send it to Social Security number for verification, and he came back as a female. And that's why the transcript ended up with a female.
Yes.
You know, currently he has 3 different dates of birth. There's 52.
Yes, he does.
There's 54.
Yes.
there's another date
I think
again.
55 or so, something like that.
But the social security number is 1971. That social security number, that person is 1971.
Exactly, because that could have been that doesn't mean that girl couldn't have been in school in 79. She was only
That's what I'm
8.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, he started Southwest Community College in 75 or so, or 76 or something. I don't know. That's when he went to Southwest.
So, social
Then by
security number
77.
is very specific. Your social security number cannot lie. You can change your name the way you want, but your social security number cannot lie. You know, you cannot mess that up. You know, and just but yesterday, I think about 12 p.m. in the afternoon, I was really through a page because I have this thing that I said on Wikipedia that if I read this page before, if anything changes, I always get an alert. I just figured that they just changed his name yesterday. They just changed it.
Yes, they did. They did. They added the Adekunle. They added
That's
it.
why I tell you, say, when devil even reject Nigeria work, you know, I know they do Nigeria work. Devil know what they do. Even devils reject. Say, I'll do what they will do 10. It's Tinubu is talking about. You understand? Even devil will do one, Tinubu is doing 10.
And I said, look at these people. The more
this
they
thing is
try
a
to
puzzle.
cover up for him, the more they dig themselves in a bigger pit. This is just
Exactly. The news is all over the place now. I think I was reading someone was saying they should leave him alone. They want to buy the man, you know, that they are stressing him. He can't focus on. I say, which duty? Who put him there in the first place?
Imagine.
Now we send
It is
and
the
work.
people that is supporting this man that is stressing the man. Because those people that is supporting the man are supposed to tell the man, say, Baba, take a bow. The people who are supporting him, they are the one even stressing
They will
him.
not tell him the truth. They will not tell him the truth.
How can you forge a certificate? They are even argue, say, okay, let's just assume a third party did that. Or let's say you went to clearinghouse. I went to school here. You went to clearinghouse. You order your certificate. Clearinghouse works with your school. It is what your school issued to clearinghouse that clearinghouse is going to send over to you, or your transcript. So people are arguing, oh, he does not have the original, but he has a copy. Come on. Is there any way a photocopy should be different from an original? You might not have the original. If you have a photocopy and original should be the same. It's just that you don't have the
But
original.
it's not even the same certificate.
It's not even the
The
same.
only thing that will not be the same. The only thing that will not be the same. Okay, let me put it this way now. My daughter is in college. My daughter graduated from Harvard. Of course, I want to be a proud father of who had a daughter in Harvard. We put all those things sticker in our cars everywhere we go. I can elaborate a certificate and put in my living room for people to see that I have a daughter who is in Harvard, or I myself, I went to Harvard. Those are the demo ones, the fake one that you just put in your living room. You understand? So those ones now you see they'll print those ones, even though you see the logo may a little bit change. They try to make it so that it will never look the same. You understand? But just to tell person, just to give person that narrative of, okay, this person went to this school. You make it bold and everything, but not like I'll just go to like they call it a vendor, a third party, to go get the original copy. No, the school must certify it.
Yes. When they speak,
No, okay, who signs it? Who signs it?
Exactly.
Even if you go to a third party, the school has to sign it now.
Yeah.
It's not just a blank
Yeah.
document that doesn't have a signature. It has signature. So the school still has to sign it.
One I listened to one idiot on a rise. He said you can design your certificate the way you
Oh, I saw that guy, man. He was passionately talking about it.
You can design your certificate the way you want. In fact, you can even change your name the way you want. The way they are doing on Wikipedia right now.
I don't tell you. That's why devil say no, they do Nigeria work. Devil says no, they do Nigeria. Because if you do one, they'll do 10.
Nigeria work.
Devil.
I see, my people. I think the work. I think the it's a crime scene. If they go deeper into this social security thing, it's even more of it's even worse than what we are thinking of. If we really want to go down that road,
even we can go state department too. We can go state department and also subpoena to find out the first time that you got a visa to the US.
So my people, how can Richard Daly College or Southway Community College write someone else's social security number on a transcript? How can they? Is that so?
This is why we need a class action. because
yes.
it
So
has
did they
run,
write
we
it?
don't run better,
No, did
we don't run
no,
dirty
did they
for our body.
mistakenly write it? No, did they? So, for example, now, did they mistakenly write that social security number on that transcript by chance, or did he?
Okay.
Let's just say it's typo. Let's say it's
Yeah.
typo. Let's go and pull it. Let's go and pull that name.
For
Okay.
years,
Now,
for
if that
years, they
name,
did not
if
try
that
to
name,
correct it.
I will tell
no,
you
let's say
something.
if that
I will
name,
tell you something that
yeah,
happened. Something that happened with my son. So my son want to go get his vaccines. So when I went to
okay,
the vaccines place to go get, I get carried away with the Nigeria, the way we put arrange our dates. Nigeria will put day, month, and year. So
yeah,
I believe that I made that mistake. I did the day, month, and year. And probably the person did not verify because they all actually asked for my son's social security, whatever is information then. But I guess the person did not verify. So on the card, it came out on the card like the day, month, and year. So when I went back another time again, they just asked me, what's your son's date of birth? Now I called the way they call it America, month, day, and year. They said they are not seeing anything. I said, I took vaccine here. This is my card. Only for the lady to check the card. The lady said, that is different. Do you have another son again? The lady look at it, say, look at the month, because my son is in the month of April and his day is the 10th day. So now me, I use 10 April, you understand, and the year. Me, instead of me to use April 4/10, the person showed me, do you have another son? Oh, I said, I get carried away. I'm still doing it the way we do it in Nigeria. Immediately, they had to change everything. That is my first
yes,
mistake. But you understand? It just shows that the person who had that mistake that first time just collect documents from my hand, did not verify. But they collect it immediately. But I just show in their system. Immediately they just ask me of this thing. They pull it. They say, no, it doesn't work like that. So how will he
and
do this thing for
my
donkey years and never corrected it?
my
so
brother,
my thing.
my
Go
brother,
ahead, my
I
brother.
said this guy had okay, assuming Southwest College made the mistake and placing his identity as a female from first semester, second semester, year one, year two, year three, year four, you had the chance to correct that mistake. You did not. And you said you graduated as you are purporting all over the place. And you still did not fix that mistake for years. And now you're telling us it was a clerical error. That is why I think Chicago State University, they have a lot to do with this case. And I have heard that
Yes,
he actually funds one department in that school. That's the reason they've been trying to cover for him.
yes.
A
That
man who
school
tell
is
us
just
clearly, boldly, that he worked for Deloitte. You understand? And made his millions from Deloitte when he cut a good deal with Saudi Arabia. And Deloitte said nobody of such ever work in our organization.
imagine.
Yeah.
Wait
Saudi
till we have
Aramco.
problem. I'm telling you, yes, Saudi Aramco. I'm telling
The
you.
thing is this. The thing is this. Like I said earlier, even if you made a mistake, even if you want to say it's a clerical error, they wrote a social security number on your transcript. Now let's go and pull that transcript name, the social security number name. If that name comes back as, let's say, for example, Paul Smith or Jack Robinson, then we'll say, okay, it's a mistake. But that social security number comes back as Bola A. Tinubu as well. So it's intentional. It's an intentional usage of social security to cover up. So that was why nobody writes a middle initial. He wrote A, just A, because that A can be anything. Go and look at that transcript.
Yeah.
That A is just anything. So obviously he has a plan. That's why he left it very open. Is a female name. When he applied to that school, he used that number. He picked that number from his relative's daughter. They used it. He went in and applied for school. And when he applied for school, they took him in. They didn't verify anything. But after the 2 years of schooling, the school had the chance. They now have the chance to verify. So by the time because I guess back then you don't do it online, so you just probably send a bunch of social security number to social security office, and it comes back. By the time he came back as female. And when they were doing their own transcript, they just wrote female on it. So when he took it, he now took that social security number. He now took the transcript. He took it to Chicago State. Chicago State ignored the female part. They admitted him in.
So
He
social
said
security.
he probably took. No, they
Yeah.
they didn't verify social security, but they saw the female, but they did not look at it. They did not pay attention to the female. So they admitted him into this thing. But you remember that he never did the maths, he never did the English he was asked to do before he graduated. So even so, as we speak right now, they are even saying that he did not graduate from that school.
So
They're saying that.
I think Social Security Administration is in the best position to tell us
Yes.
the person who is behind, or the real name who is behind the A.
Yes.
And that's a big thing in America, identity theft.
Yes.
You understand? Because that is a clear identity theft. You steal somebody's information. The man is a crooked man. People steal people's information to use it to apply
This
for
is a criminal case.
credit card. This one, you steal somebody's information for life.
This is a criminal case. No, this is if truthfully, and I will be, if this lady is now a doctor, I will expect her to actually be more upfront in this fight herself, because that can destroy a license, that can destroy a name.
Obviously, you know why? Because the lady too might not know for a very long time. Because, like I said,
because she was
people
young,
steal people's
she
social
was a
security.
baby.
No,
She was a
understand
baby.
something. When people steal people's social security, they want to use it to apply for credit card to buy things online.
Yes.
This one, you steal somebody's identity. What about if he's even using it for his own medical doctor to see the doctor and every other thing? You understand?
But you
and
know,
every
my
other thing.
brother. But you know, my brother, this is the thing. This is the problem with this guy's case, because he only lived there for a little bit to go to school.
Yes.
And after he was done, he exited that place and he came here. So the identity usage was almost non-existent. That girl would not have known that somebody used her name. So he had exited America and he's in Nigeria. So all along, he's just saying, I went to school. I went to school in America, but not knowing that he went in there because for him to go to school, you need a social security number.
Definitely.
You understand? My dad went to school in the 70s, right, in the US, and I remember even as a student, he had a social security number. They presented him with a social security number that is for students, and later years, he went back and checked. That's why they said, okay, that was for student. You can't use it again. They told him that. And he's still his name. But one thing is this.
No,
It's
they write
very
it bold.
clear that
They write it bold. They'll say
yes,
student only. That's how they put it there.
So
Yes.
So the man did not have one because he did not come in legally. So there's no way he could have been issued one. I don't even think he came with a student visa. So he came in, get some documents, put it together. He found himself in Chicago. Then he wanted to go to school. So he went to school with someone's identity. And when he was done, he exited. Like you said, you steal people's identity they steal it to use for credit card and things like that. But he did not do that. He did not even do that. So now what we need to find out is, going forward, did he use that social security number to go and did he work with it at all? Did he use that the same social number? Did he use to open account? All this information needs to come out. That is where it's bigger than this certificate. This thing. This is a criminal case. This is a criminal case, honestly.
I'm tired. This puzzle is just too much.
It's too much.
Because why I say the puzzle? The puzzle is easy to put together, very, very easy, but it just brings shame to us for this nonsense and useless people that keep defending him. Because it's just too easy. I don't need to go to school to understand 1 + 1. Of course, my mother is an illiterate, but she know how to tie her money together. 9, she'll take 1 and wrap it together. 100. 9, take 1, wrap it together. It's too easy, but it's just bringing shame to everybody.
And we are not protected as a nation. We as a nation, we don't have one voice. You understand?
Come and see the way some of my South African people who already have some things in mind that they don't want to talk. They say, this is the problem. When we say South Nigerians is doing wrong, you say, oh, no. Because of your South African girls like Nigerian men. That's why you guys are doing it. Say, look at your president. It's just hard for me to defend it. They say,
How
look
can
at
you
your
defend it?
president.
How can you defend it?
You understand? The guy tell me, say, even though their own South African own, what is the former president, had his own corruption case, say, but this Nigeria
Jacob
own,
Zuma.
Zuma, he said Jacob Zuma is elementary. This one is PhD. Only you
This guy
have
now.
drug, only you have identity, only you have everything. Then the country is defending him. The media is gag. The media can say no, nothing. And God, it's just too much. It's too
And
much to take
everybody
in.
is, and this is one message for the Supreme Court. They can accept, they can look at whatever Chicago State said, which was very clear that the certificate did not come from there. And they can make, because now they are making this whole third party certificate issuance, they are now making into a topic that people are now confused. Some people they have never been outside the country, so they don't understand what it means. They keep saying, but you can go to a third party. So they are subconsciously implanting into the minds of Nigerians that truthfully, yes, you can graduate from school and you go and get your certificate somewhere else. They are telling them that's what they are believing that now.
Let me use another common sense. This thing that they are talking about third party. Look at the new thing in Nigeria now called the NIN, the NIN number.
Oh,
which
yeah.
in American context called Social Security number. We in the West, how do we get our NIN number? We go through third party, but still approved by NIN. You understand? It didn't just come from the third party. It didn't just come from the third party. The third party just only help us facilitate documents, make things faster for us than for me to buy ticket to fly to Nigeria because I want to go fingerprint. You understand? That's how it is. So they just come, oh, they are these third party people. They are coming to Phoenix. They are coming to Chicago. They are coming to Atlanta next month. They are coming to. We go there, we go do our fingerprint, do our capturing, and we pay for the service. But you know what? They collect all this information from us. They still send it back to NIN for approval. So if somebody is talking about third party, okay, let's say we won't agree with them. That third party will still take everything and send back to CSU. Why is the certificate logo different?
My brother, you cannot go to a third party on your own and request for certificate that you are going to present to employer. You have to go through. You see, here's the thing. You have to go through. It's like a transcript. Every time you want to apply for something, you go back to your school website.
You go back to your school, and your school send it back to the school that you want.
So your school is the one that knows the third party they are going to request for it. Your school is the one that will make that request. The request must not come directly from you. It must come from the school. It must come from the school that you need your certificate. Then the third party will print it, and whatever it is, they will send back to the school. The school will sign it, and they will send it to you. But to say that you can go individually without any authorization from the school, that you will go to and get a third party to issue a certificate, that's fraud. You cannot present it to an employer and say, that means that anybody can walk up the street and say, I need a certificate. And that's basically what they are doing.
My brother, this Tinubu that we are talking about is an employer of labor. So is it that when people give him certificate, he said he knows how to pick the best? He doesn't verify any certificate that people give to him. He that claimed to be an employer of labor say, I know how to pick the best.
So when Fashola
came to apply for job for you, just say, I'm a SAN, you just approve. SAN approve.
Yes.
Anyone come, just approve. You don't verify anything that they give to you. You understand?
See, we are not even doubting that he passed through some sort of education, because you can tell, okay, when he's reading, you can tell, you understand. We can pronounce words. So obviously we know
that can be the primary and the secondary school that they went in Nigeria. Our education standard there was very, very good.
Well, primary and secondary went to in another country, maybe.
In Brazil.
Because, I mean, honest to God, if you look at this guy, I don't think he's Nigerian. Honestly.
He's not Nigerian. He's not
from Brazil.
I'm serious.
He's not.
He followed people and claimed that he's a returnee when the returnees were coming back from Brazil.
What likely happened? Here's the thing. Here's my own opinion on this matter.
Theory,
right? My own theory on it is that you know how in Nigeria, And I have to credit the West for this, the Yoruba people for the Yoruba people, and generally Nigerians are very hospitable people. But Yorubas are known for anyone who comes in, they receive. Okay. And some of these people will hire, outsiders for house help, for domestic work and stuff like that. They don't care where you come from, as long as you can do the job, and they know how to like draw people close to themselves. That's probably what happened with this guy. He
Yes.
came in,
Yes.
somebody
From
hired him
another
as a
country.
domestic staff from another country, most likely Guinea.
Yes. He
He
looked like
now
them.
he looked exactly. He now became like part of this Yoruba family that hired him as a domestic worker, learned how to speak Yoruba, picked it up because a lot of I grew up in Ibadan, for instance, right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, maybe he now found himself in the arms of somebody who took, maybe left, how they move around, domestic staff from one place to the other, and took him under his wings and said, this guy, I feel use him for my own benefit in the process. And you guys remember when Marwa was trying to round off all these people that do Oluwole certificates that time
Yes.
in Lagos, was trying to
Yeah.
round them up, right? So Oluwole has been something that has been trending, for a very
For
long,
God knows when.
right, for God
Yes.
knows how long, right? People used to use, they go use other people. I don't want to use all my phone map talk because now globe
Mm-hmm.
dey now. So people
Mm-hmm.
go collect, they'll go collect another person, give am to another person. The other person go take waka safe. You understand? Without
Yes.
Yeah.
thinking about the consequences that come with it. So maybe now from that one, now it take enter, come start to dey do wetin e dey do, right? Maybe come, by the time they come realize say, this person be like say this person go school, so that the thing go align properly. They come say, okay, you just also do as if you sef dey go the same place with the same person details. Na that one likely happen. So I no believe say that guy na Nigerian, to be honest. The
I don't. I
unfortunate
don't. I
thing
don't
be
believe.
say na
It's
from
not.
the house of the person wey e take come up. Na me I blame between 1999 when this man come out. E no suppose last reach this. They not suppose allow the guy even become a guard. This kind person not suppose know road to leadership.
Oh my, go online and go dig in YouTube. His mother is the Iyaloja of Lagos, become the Iyaloja general in Nigeria.
Adopted, say adopted
No,
mother,
no,
not be
no, no,
mama.
no, no. Let's use his own word now. Yeah. Now, go and look the demise of his mother, the party, and everything. He was not even there because the original people who own their mother is there. That is how you know his family. Even if you are only child, you still
Exactly,
have niece and nephew.
exactly.
You understand? You still
And not
have
be
niece
the
and
same
nephew.
name. They not even get the same name. That Yaloja
Yeah,
na different
Abibag
name.
Mogaji.
Yeah, they not get the same name. So
It's
and the
Mogaji now.
family, he get one video when I play. I don't know if I have to see that video. You get one guy when he come they expose, he come they talk say the history of that how this man come about. He can't say he wants start to dey talk the story. He do part one. He can't say he go come back, come give the second part of that story.
Second
Make
part.
I even pull that video up. Let me see if I can get into it and pull it. You can talk. May I just find that video. Let me find that video because it's very important. That video was very telling. The guy na Yoruba he take talk am, So for those of us who don't understand Yoruba, we go try interpret to you. But I think that was a very damning expose on this guy. Where am I? Okay. Let's see here. I hope I can find it. There's one of them. More na dey talk oh. Can you guys hear me? Abi am I talking to myself?
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing it's a laughing stock. It's a laughing thing. We can't. I don't know what to say with this Tinubu thing. It's it's a shame. It's just bringing shame to us.
Now the
It's
people
just
when they go try to come up for Nigeria right now, they're already going through West now. Don't talk say the school must send the information to them directly. And then on top of that, they get other information when they go request of the person as well. They don't make am harder. West now don already put things in place for countries Nigeria, Bangladesh and another country like that. So it's not already looking good. And people that are traveling, maybe say that they travel for business before, they can't be traveling like they used to anymore. The kind searching wey dem dey go through. These people that are defending him, they don't even know it is them that it will affect. And most of them, the funny part is people that are defending this man, most of them live outside of the country. There's one on Twitter that they are dragging. The
that is it.
guy, they talk rubbish. Now they pull up all the guy details. They won't go report am to the guy work. Another one come out, they talk say they use the mouth, they talk say Igbo people they no get any say for Lagos, make dem go back to where they come from. Guess wetin o, omo, respect to obedient people. Una no play with that movement. They don go search. The woman was using a made up account, okay, to harass this particular lady, her family, because she's Igbo, was creeping out a lot of Igbo people. They go find the woman information, find out where she dey work, everything about her. We dey go job to go tell them say you dey another man country. When we dey shout racism, na you go first come out dey say, oh, racism, they are discriminating. Let's see how your employer likes what you are doing. It's getting real now. People are not smiling anymore. Other one we dey do before as Nigerians, when we dey ignore each other. Right now, if you talk anyhow, you dey come against one ethnic group or the other, and you dey stay outside of the country, if you never change your mindset, if you never go use bleach rinse your brain, your problem, and everything when you dey look for, you go find am. I'm telling you, this particular guy, na London the guy dey. They don find out where the guy dey work, everything. Oh my God, that chapter.
Omoye, you need to see what they did to this CS to Chicago. People started making inquiry, went to this thing, their site started making inquiry. Say,
They
oh, I want to
shut the
buy.
website down now.
They shut us. I want to buy certificates for my mother. I want to buy
They don't even dey
certificates.
make certificate now. People they say that they make they say, thank God, oh, Mona help me, thank God. I graduate for I get PhD, oh. Chicago State University, now do well, oh. Go and sit with her, making a mockery of that school. Una listen to the journalist when a student journalist when he graduate from the school.
Yes.
I listen to an interview.
Yes.
The guy, I think he has another interview. I don't know today or tomorrow, Seth. I don't know. So let me know if you can see my screen. I think I just shared
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
So this na the guy. He say Balogun Eko, history on how
Oh.
the name Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to be. If you don't understand Yoruba, look for someone to explain it to you. So let's start from the beginning.
Ìní ni ọjọ́ pé tí mo fẹ́ sọ bí Tinubu bó ṣe ṣẹ̀ wá. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, ìní ni mo fẹ́ sọ bí ó ṣe ṣẹ̀ wá. Ṣé rí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu orúkọ ẹ̀kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹni tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tó lo orúkọ ẹ̀, ọmọ bàbá K.O. Tinubu ni. Bàbá K.O. Tinubu is Kafaru Olúwọlé Tinubu. Ó bí àkọ́bí obìnrin. Àkọ́bí ẹ̀ obìnrin yẹn ó ṣaláìsí ìgbà tí Tinubu tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀. Màmá Tinubu ò kì í ṣe ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ Abibat Mogaji o. Màmá Tinubu ò ṣe ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ Abibat Mogaji. Tinubu ló ṣiṣẹ́ ní ọ̀dọ̀ K.O. Tinubu, that is Kafaru Olúwọlé Tinubu. Ọlọ́pàá ni bàbá yẹn, lọ́ọ̀yà dẹ̀tún ni. ọlọ́pàá ni ní old west ní ayé ìgbà yẹn. Tinubu ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, Tinubu dẹ̀ mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ tó kú yẹn. Ní under ìgbà yẹn, ní during ìgbà yẹn ni Tinubu travel, ó fi orúkọ ọmọ yẹn ó change. Orí ẹ̀ yẹn títà yẹn ló change sí Ahmed because obìnrin lọ́mọ yẹn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọn kì í tẹ̀ka, kò dẹ̀ sí biometric, obìnrin ni. Ṣùgbọ́n Bọ́lá Tinubu mú orúkọ ẹ̀ ó lọ fi ṣe pálí, so wọ́n á lè fi pé ọmọ Tinubu ni, ó lọ fi gba visa. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ bí irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ, ṣùgbọ́n òun change àárín orúkọ ọmọ yẹn, ó change ẹ̀ sí Ahmed. So Bọ́lá yẹn orúkọ obìnrin ni. Àwọn tó mọ̀ díẹ̀ wọ́n wà láyé, àwọn tó dẹ̀jọ́ tó wọ́n ti kú. Àwọn tó jọ tó lọ́jọ́ náà lọ́hùn, ìyá Abíbátù Mọ́gàjì, bàbá K.O. Tinubu, bàbá kí lórúkọ ẹ̀, Múrí Òkúnọlá, àwọn ló mú Tinubu lọ sí iwájú Wahab Fọláwíyọ láti lọ fi Quran búra pé ọmọ bíbí inú àwọn ni. Bàbá kan wá wà tó jẹ́ olórí ẹbí àwọn Tinubu, NS Tinubu ló ń jẹ́, òun ló lórí ẹbí wọn. Wọ́n mú Tinubu náà lọ sí ibẹ̀. Bàbá yẹn náà sọ pé ọmọ bíbí inú àwọn ni. Lọ́jọ́ náà lọ́hùn, àwọn tó bá wà láyé wọ́n á testify sí nǹkan tí mo ń sọ yìí. Ó ra Mercedes fún bàbá yẹn, Mercedes tó rà fún bàbá yẹn, Shagari type, oní stretch yẹn ló rà fún bàbá olórí ẹbí NS yẹn. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Tinubu wọ́n máa gbọ́ nǹkan tí ń sọ yìí. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Tinubu original ni mo ń sọ yìí o, wọ́n máa gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo ń sọ yìí. Bàbá yẹn lo stretch Mercedes 200, Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ló rà fún. Ìgbà tí bàbá yẹn mú wá, Kàfárù tó mú Tinubu wá, ó lọ́mọ òun ni. Ṣé lè mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé bàbá yẹn bí ọmọ Tinubu, but ọmọ bàbá yẹn ti ṣaláìsí. Ó lọ́mọ tóun bí síta ni. Bàbá yẹn ló bí àwọn Dèjì Ọ̀hándò pẹ̀lú ìkejì ẹ̀. Ṣé wá rí bàbá yẹn náà, ẹ lọ wo history àwọn tó bá wà tọmọ bàbá yẹn dáadáa, ìyẹn Kàfárù yẹn, ó live bí ọba ni. Kíní ló ń gbé ibi Purple Street níbi tí shrine Fẹlá wà. Ó wá kúrò ńbẹ̀, ó wá sí Adé Ọlọ́dẹ́kùn. Ilé tó gbẹ̀yìn sí Adé Ọlọ́dẹ́kùn tí Zenith Bank wà, ilé bàbá yẹn nìyẹn. Ó move láti ibẹ̀ yẹn, ó move wá sí ibẹ̀ yẹn, lọ́yà ni. So ìgbà tí wọ́n fa gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, bàbá kan wà, Rafiu Tinubu, òun ni head of service. Kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé ó wà lọ́ndà Tinubu. Ìgbà tí Tinubu kúrò, bàbá yẹn kúrò, bàbá yẹn jáde, ó ní kò kí n ṣe ẹbí àwọn, báwọn ò mọ̀ rí. Gbogbo àwọn ẹbí Tinubu tó jẹ́ original, wọ́n láwọn ò mọ̀ rí. Ṣùgbọ́n bàbá Kàfárù yẹn ní ọmọ òun ni, but everybody deny. Ṣé rí Kẹ́mi Nelson tó ń pè ní Yèyé Ṣẹwà, màmá Kẹ́mi Nelson ní Tinubu ni. Tó bá wà láyé, òun náà deny pé Ahmed Bọ́lá Tinubu kò kí n ṣe bí àwọn ò mọ̀. Ṣé wá rí bàbá tó mú wá yẹn, ọlọ́pàá ni bàbá yẹn, ìyẹn Kàfárù yẹn tó lọ́mọ òun ní Tinubu. Gani Fáwáyìmí, ìgbà tí Tinubu fẹ́ contest, orúkọ yẹn ni Tinubu fi ṣe senator. Ìgbà tó wá fẹ́ di ṣe governor ló ní problem pẹ̀lú orúkọ yẹn. Gani Fáwáyìmí ní kí ó lọ mú àwọn document ẹ̀ wá, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó ṣẹ̀wọ̀n l'Amẹ́ríkà, pé ló wà ní 5 years ago. Wọ́n wá competition, wọ́n kọ sí ọ́fíìsì Ọbásanjọ́. Ní under Ọbásanjọ́, àwọn petition tó kọ orí tébù Àtíkù Abubakar ni ó ń dé sí. Wọ́n wá kó ní time yẹn, àwọn tí wọ́n ní kọ́ lead investigation pé ọlọ́pàá, iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ni kó lọ investigate. Lára àwọn tíìmù yẹn, òun ni Rilwan Akiolu wà. Ìgbà tí Rilwan Akiolu ó meet Bọ́lá Tinubu, wọ́n jọ bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀. Rilwan Akiolu ní kò kí ń ṣe iṣẹ́ òun, ọwọ́ ọ̀gá òun Musiliu Smith níṣẹ́ yẹn wà. Ibi tí bàbá Musiliu Smith yẹn tóun náà ti gba àbọ̀dì fún Èkó yẹn nìyẹn. So wọ́n fà pẹ̀lú Fúnṣọ́ Williams nígbà yẹn, ní àwọn bàbá yẹn, ìyá Abibat Mọ́gàjì, K.O. Tinubu àti Múrí Òkúnọlá àti Fẹ́mi Òkúnnù, wọ́n lọ fi Quran búra pé ọmọ àwọn ní Bọ́lá Tinubu. àwọn yẹn ikú rédèrèdè lọ́kù Fẹ́mi Òkúnù yẹn ó yìí wà láyé. So Tinubu Rilwan Akiolu ìgbà tó wà lọ́lọ́pàá òun ló ó wà lára àwọn tíìmù tó ní kó investigate Bọ́lá Tinubu. Wọ́n wá lọ bá IG Musiliu Smith true yẹn wọ́n fi bá Atiku sọ̀rọ̀ gbàtọ́ bá Atiku sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo fáìlì yẹn wọn ò jẹ́ kó déwájú Ọbásanjọ́ wọ́n tẹ gbogbo fáìlì yẹn wọ́n tẹ̀rìn ibẹ̀ ni Bọ́lá Tinubu àti Atiku lọ ti pàdé ara wọn ṣe rántí pé wọ́n jọ fọ́ọ̀mù AD ni n tó fa relationship wọn nìyẹn kí ló fa relationship Haúsá àti Yorùbá n tó fa relationship wọn tó fi jọ dá pátì lẹ́nìyẹn. Ṣé wàá rí Akiolu ó ti máa ń lóun máa jọba láti kékeré àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ Gbádégẹṣin ó ti máa ń sọ fún wọn pé òun máa jọba ìgbà tí pápá kú tí wọn ọmọ bọ́yẹ máa ṣe ó fi ọ̀rẹ́ ó fi jẹ elétò ìdìbò so ìyẹn á lè sọ di ọba àwọn lọ bá Bọ́lá Tinubu ní gọ́vnà wọn sáré tó ẹ lọ wo space yẹn kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí kí ọba kan kú kọ́dẹ̀ sáré kú kọba well ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní onírò náà sìn so orí Akiolu àti rí wọn sáré cook wọn fi jọba òun ni oore tó ṣe fún Tinubu lọ́jọ́ náà lọ́hùn òun ni wọ́n san fún padà lọ ṣe fi jẹ ọba ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe ń ránṣẹ́ nìyẹn. Ṣe rí pé òun náà ni wọ́n mú Ambode fún tí odidi ọba olórí burúkú ọba ó sọ pé táwọn èèyàn by the grace of Almighty Allah if you don't vote for Ambode you will go by the lagoon. Ṣe rí pé àwọn Igbo tó lọ́ máa go by lagoon òun lógún wá kó but òun náà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Bàbá Musiliu Smith ọmọ Èkó tẹ̀dẹ̀ gbàbọ̀dì tó tó yẹn wọ́n ra jíìpù méjì fún wọn. Orí tó wá san fún bàbá Musiliu Smith Abattoir ní Agége wọ́n gbà ní ọwọ́ Garima Alhaji Garima Mohammed wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n wá release wọ́n franchise ẹ̀ fún bàbá Musiliu Smith for 99 years 99 years Abattoir 99 years fún èèyàn kan ṣé kò fẹ́ kú mọ́ ni orí tó fi san bàbá Musiliu Smith nìyẹn. Ẹ wá wo ibi tó ti lọ búra lọ́jọ́ sí ṣe mọ̀ pé chief imam bẹ̀ Afis Abu àwọn Akiolu náà ni wọ́n wọ̀ kẹ́ ìyẹn ní ẹgbẹ́ kan tàwọn Muslim conspiracy yẹn ó ti ń lọ ohun tí Tinubu ṣe dé bó ṣe dé Èkó nìyẹn àwọn mọ́gàjì ìyá mọ́gàjì Múrí Okànlá àti Kéò àti bàbá Fẹ́mi Òkúnù àwọn lọ́mọ Tinubu wa bí Tinubu ṣe rí nìyẹn kò sí ẹni kí gbogbo fámìlì Tinubu lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó bá fẹ́ ká sun ilé wọn ní ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan kó jáde kó wá sọ ibi tí wọ́n ti tọmọ Tinubu Mama Kemi Nelson dínà ẹ̀ bàbá Rafiu Tinubu yẹn náà dínà ẹ̀ kí gbogbo alámọ̀ amọ́lé gbogbo Tinubu lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kí wọ́n jáde kó wá sọ ibi tí wọ́n ti tọmọ Tinubu àsun ilé gbogbo wọn tí wọ́n bá sọ pé ẹbí àwọn ní Tinubu kí Tinubu lọ mú birth certificate hospital tó bí sí kó mú jáde ẹni tí ó bá tọmọ kó mú jáde àfàwálà yìí ó ti tó enough is enough ó tó gẹ́ àwọn bàbá tó gbàbọdè fún wa nìyẹn ìmí inú wọn tó bá kú àwú òkú ẹ̀ àwọn bàbá burúkú àwọn ìyá burúkú ìyá bíbá tí wọ́n gàjì tó rí jákujàku yẹn.
Una here? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I heard you. It's kind of like interesting how the whole thing played out. I mean, it's
So there are a lot of people's hands in it. There are people that work
yes.
this man that know where he comes from. Most of them have been they're no longer with us.
You know one thing, my sister. You know one thing that I know for a fact. If he had only stopped after being the governor, he wouldn't have been in this mess. You understand? But the boldness that he ended up with after being the governor and believing that he's in Nigeria, anything goes in Nigeria, and that's basically why he's in this problem. This man would have just, died. He would have lived till 80, 90 years or whatever it is, and died. And nobody will have known. But the fact that he decided to push ahead, that is the next person. So this is his nemesis. And
Yep.
yes, and he needs to pay for all his sins. When the FBI document comes out, God's willing, we'll have something substantial there that shows that he went to jail in America, because we didn't have anything that shows that he went to jail. Nobody knew. But if truthfully he went through all those things, that's what he's not going to see. These 4 years, he will go by and he will not even have peace. That's basically what it is.
4 years
We
will
don't
not
have
go
peace.
by. Don't even will not put mouth for that
I
one.
pray, I pray
4 years,
not.
Biko.
I
You
pray
know,
not.
do you know the kind of hell that's going on in Nigeria right now? I don't think we'll survive. I don't think they're going to survive 1 year of this man, to be
I
honest.
don't think so. Look at his
There's
policies.
no light at the end of the tunnel at all with this
Look at the
man in office.
policies.
The destruction that is happening in Nigeria right now, it's not even feasible. So 4 years on a dream, a tall dream. If I were him, people that are close to him, they should go and be meeting this man behind and telling him, Baba, if he leaves now, do you know that people can still cover for him? Because these people will still have minions. Even some of us will still come out and say, at least he has left, so let him
My
go with
my
whatever.
my sister, at least he will be registered in the book of
Do you
history
understand? He
of
was
Nigeria
president so and
that he
so.
was president.
Ehen.
Shonekon was president. Abi Shonekon was president
Yes,
for
na
some months.
interim
I don't even know.
president.
But until this day, they still mention his name. So if he
Yes.
just leaves right now
Do
and
you
just say to,
understand? It will be good for him if he leaves now.
Shebi, after all, he just wants to have his name. He just wants to say he became a president before he died. That's all he wanted to do anyway. So he should just leave. He doesn't have
Exactly.
anything. He doesn't really
Exactly.
want to change anything in Nigeria. He doesn't really want
No.
to effect a major change. No, he
No.
doesn't have anything to do. So for me, if I were him, he should just kukuma just leave now. At least he was
Just
president for
leave.
6 months. And he will just say to, at least èmi náà ti jẹ president rí.
Exactly. Mo ti
Tó
ṣe
bá ń sọ̀rọ̀
president.
president,
Mo ti ṣe
he has
president.
president ni na kò ṣe president president
President.
ẹ gbé kínní ìwá
Exactly.
èmi náà máa ṣe president
President. Not me president.
àgbàyà
Pres.
àgbàyà.
I'm telling you, that's what they should be telling him, not coming to defend the indefense. They look like imbeciles when they do it. I don't
I
think these
know
people understand.
they
Everybody
don't.
recognizes people that are standing behind this filthy mess that's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody puts me now. I remember every single person. I feel now remember, like, if you show, I will not say yes, this one was one of them. Because I've heard you spoken, you have put some stupid comments out there, you have doubled down on this mess. Just leave quietly in the night, disappear with you and your family. Nobody go bother you. But say you still dey there, you want to do a gidi. When you don't even know how Nigeria came about, you are not even Nigerian, first of all.
My sister, see him face, see him eyeball. I tell you, say this boy no, he no be. I know, say every
Nobody for
Nigerian
Nigeria get
tribe.
that kind eyeball.
No,
We
look
dey
at
we
it
dey
very well.
recognize
We
each
get
other. We
ourselves.
we
We
know
know ourselves.
ourselves.
We go see this one, say, you this one na Edo boy. This one na
Exactly.
Igbo. This one
This
na
one na
Hausa boy.
Delta, this one na Bende area.
I
This one dey
no
come from.
recognize. This one na Benue. We have a distinct look. All of us do. If you look at this guy very well, there's nothing. You know, if you look at him very well, if he's sitting in a crowd, you go just know. Say, this guy no look like Niger.
At all.
He
He
no
no
look
even dey
Niger.
behave like Naija. He no dey behave. You see that evil, that filthy. And I'm not saying that Nigerians don't do bad things. That's not what I'm saying here.
No.
But it gets some level of nationalism, even though we know they talk and
Yes,
come out.
I know.
Because there's that camaraderie when we see ourselves outside, even though we know be friends inside house. But when we see ourselves outside, there's that camaraderie. There's something. This guy doesn't
The guy
have.
na Guinea. The guy na Guinea. Na
Not be
Guinean. If
Nigerian.
you
I
look,
don't wherever
he
I come
look
from, shall
Guinea.
not be
The
Nigerian.
guy look
If
Guinea.
na me
He look
be him,
Guinea.
I no let day break meet me for there. I could just come on. He don't make all the money for the rest of the life. He no go suffer. Make make he go France, go stay France. This guy na him friend. They go give him the
He go
best
just
life.
die. He go just die. You see, this guy, the money wey go use spend for the next 300 years, you don't get them. So I don't know wetin they find. You know, we
Do
say
you
you won't change
understand?
anything. You mean you don't become president of Nigeria. You don't carry that seal for 6
Yes,
months at least.
yes,
Just go. Just leave am. No be say you get anything to do. You know, even no be say you get mind to even do good. To say, okay,
exactly.
I want to restructure Nigeria. See, if to say the guy get anything for Nigeria, we go don see am now. He
Of
go don put out
course.
the
You
plan.
know what?
He go don say, okay, we want restructure. He go just put am say
Exactly.
we want restructure. So all of us go sit down and say, all this way we don dey talk all this year. This man wan do am now. He no wan do anything. He float the
People for
naira.
don dey switch side. People for
Na
don dey say,
appoint
okay,
na appoint. No, see, my sister, if this guy announce plan tomorrow, say he want restructure Nigeria, people go switch side now. People go say, this guy, now him the right guy. But look at it. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's just floating the naira during the appointment. Now appointment will go chop. Now appointment will go chop.
appointment, who
People
e
go
dey
say,
appoint? Not be the same. Na Yoruba people dey appoint left, right,
I
center.
beg
Yoruba
you
people, all the people wey
forget
dem
it.
support am o, the ones wey dem dey collect im
Now,
crumbs, na im dey give
yes.
position. The 40 thieves and 40 thieves, or what's the name of that movie?
Where did it go? Where did
Ali
it go?
Baba and the 40 thieves.
Ali Baba and the 40 thieves.
This
Yes.
from 1999, na im carry put for there. Akpabio, people wey don thief, major thiefing. Na im put for there. Person wey dey help Abacha sign for money. Na I mean, come on. You
All
are not
like
even, you know
governors.
they arrest. I say you arrest Buhari right now. Arrest
Uh,
Buhari, arrest everybody. Arrest all the people who know say that they do bad. When everybody say you don't do
for
anything.
where?
Instead, you dey
For where?
surround them. You don't even dey give them support. Say, yes. Now you're coming out to say Buhari did not leave anything for you. Your wife is coming out to say you are no magician. But you said you were a magician. That's what you said. They say you are a genius.
You say
You
you
see,
have
you dey school, they recommend you for all types of heavy duty
highly
work.
recruited. No,
Yeah,
highly
highly
recruited.
recruited.
I was highly recruited out of school.
Hey God. Now nobody put gun for your hand mouth when you talk am. Now you use your mouth talk am. Prove am now say you were highly recruited. You not you dey beg, you say to be irreparably damaged. But hello, little did you know it's really irreparably damaging.
No, if to say Nigeria na same place, that kind statement where you even make self, e suppose don wake up Supreme Court say, okay, wetin be the irreparable? That's admission of guilt.
That's it right
That's
there.
admission of guilt. Once you
Even
are
pet,
fighting,
even tribunal, when they say steal it, grab it, run away from it, run away with it, e reach tribunal to say no, mbanu. Come on now. All of us now get this country. How you go dey say steal it, grab it, run away? If I'm not even
I
reach
know
Supreme Court. If I'm not reach, the
Supreme Court.
evidence was clear. MC Olomo come and threaten Igbo people. Even Yoruba people when they resemble Igbo, he punish them. They chop cane
Yes, they
because
punish
of
them
am.
all.
It doesn't make sense. So now when they go Supreme Court, let the whole world see that we live in a jungle. Do you see that jungle narrative when they want to give us right from time? Now it go stick.
Yeah. Well, my sister,
I thank you very much,
waka
Mr.
jare.
J. Yeah, no, thank you so much for your contribution. So,
No
I really
problem.
appreciate. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy.
Omoye,
Have a
Omoye,
good night.
thank you. Have a good night to Abeg.
You
Have a
as
good night.
well. You as well, brother Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank
I
you.
appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Oh.
One love. Yeah, still here. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank, thank you very much. I
These are
appreciate.
Baduma time. I
Hmm.
don't know how. The funny thing is just that I feel like it's only us in diaspora that are trying to fight this. If you go to Nigeria now, people are just in beer parlor. They're like, I beg, that one not concern me, Jerry. Everybody are just doing their own thing.
You
And they
know, the
don't even
thing is
take
that
it
in
as if it's a
Nigeria,
serious
as
issue.
much as I want to, I actually blame them because they don't. But recognize this, Mr. Wonder, they don't give them light. You know that most of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
information that is coming out, they're not the way they like to watch them.
They won't even let them see anything.
Even the
Even if
diesel, how much is diesel? How much is petrol? Say, okay, they won't buy petrol for generator to even reach. How long do you want to run your generator for? They
Even
keep
this,
them in perpetual darkness.
yeah.
And then on top of that, the daily, those to survive in a day in Nigeria is like war. To survive. When you have a family, where you want to get energy take dey think wetin dis government, you can't. You are thinking of how you want to feed your children. School fees no high. Now everybody dey run around for school fees. Did you know hear about the school in Abuja? Parents went there to go and protest their fees. They had already decided, okay, they will only move it, they will only increase it so much. By the time they got to the school, they had increased it 100%. The parents were now revolting. Do you know they sent DSS to come and flog parents that were protesting their hey God, I never
That is
hear.
why I
Nobody
keep
has
saying
rights in that country.
there's a guy on our job watch. What's his name? He says his name is Black Panther. He always say Nigeria is not yet a capture state. I said, what are you talking about? Nigeria is a plain capture state, a place where you don't have freedom of speech. You cannot talk. You cannot do
No.
anything against the government. They clamp down on you. Even people going to the TV station are supposed to be doing investigative reporting. They don't even do that anymore because the government clamp down on them. All they do now is invite people to the TV station to come and discuss. Even the people they invite to discuss, they even sending them a letter not to invite them anymore. What are you saying that
Exactly.
Nigeria is not a capture state?
It's a
You
capture state. It's already captured. We can't fool ourselves. We can see it right there. It's already captured. Do you know how many people they are kidnapping every day now? It's alarming. It's happening in the north and it's happening in the west. The Tinubu claims that he's from the west, right? Emilio Kan, they are kidnapping his people every day. Let's assume that he's from the west, true. It is showing already. They kidnap how many people for Ondo State, with their including their pastor wey dey kidnap. Not once o, not twice. These are the ones wey sneak out, when information wey we hear. You understand? So my people, na here we go end am o. I really appreciate you guys for joining me. Christopher, thank you very much. Mr. Des, thank you. Brother from another mother, thank you for being in this fight with us. So I know this thing na Africa e affect, e not just Nigerians. If this whole forging and all that is going to touch all African countries, unfortunately. And this is why we cannot ignore it. We have to fight to see the end of it, to make sure that this man, I don't know, again, like I said, if to say na person wey get sense and he get good people around am, they're supposed to tell am say, guy, you know wetin, you have been president, at least to go down in history. Just leave at night like you did when they saw you in, disappear before people wake up, make dem hear say you don comot. Na im go better pass for am, to save his, because we don't even know what the FBI is about to release. Let them release it. These people cannot gaslight us forever. We dey here, we are not moving anywhere. They say they want to gaslight, be ready for them, bumper to bumper, you know. So my people, this is where I end it to. Hey, 2 hours don't turn 3 hours, almost 4 hours. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you have a great week ahead. I'll see you guys on my next one. Thank you. Bye.